Be right back. Oh shit! Oh. Yeah. Watching the asphalt grow. Asphalt grow. Good times. Keeping your head above water. Making a way when you can. Temporary layoffs. Good times.
Good Times is recorded on tape before a live audience.
If we lucky we got 'em. Good times.
Temporary layoffs, waiting in a food line. Good times, scratching and surviving. Good times. All right, dude, bro, have we all had our baked Alaska's a Fed fill yet? Holy shit. We got a lot of good stuff, guys. Stick around. Stick around. We're gonna watch a movie together. We're gonna watch. It's an old movie. It's actually a baked Alaska in a previous life, before IRL. I mean, it'll be good. It might be enlightening for some of you, and it'll explain a lot. I think. I haven't watched it since it premiered 2 years ago, but let me tell you, it's the Porcelain documentary on YouTube. If you can't stick around, boy. Let's see what else we have. We have Bake's court appearance from yesterday. The audio recorded. It's a 40-minute audio recording. Baked, of course. Did not show up to court. He skipped court yesterday. Bakes skipped court yesterday on his misdemeanor. Remember when he maced the bartender? Hold on. You guys remember when Bakes maced him? Hold on. There's so much. There's so much. Hold on. All right. So, all right, that's an old one. All right, hold on. All right. So, Baked Alaska yesterday had a court appearance that he didn't show up to for misdemeanor assault, from when he pepper sprayed this the security guy at a bar. So,
you cannot.
If you guys remember the night of December 10th, 2020, the greatest year of our lives, this was Baked Alaska.
No, that's not true.
Wait, hold on.
Look, that's how you get.
With Lulz?
Is this?
All right,
That's
speed the shit up.
I tried to lick it and rub it off. That's permanent.
No, are you taking that back? Well, I'm actually about to have you trespass if you're not removing stuff from my property.
I'm off.
He is moving. No, you're not. This is our property.
I thought you were against Joe Biden stealing.
And then you're blocking our entrance.
But
What's wrong?
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
You're really one of those homophobic people?
As long as
so you gotta get off my property and quit blocking my door.
It's not your property.
I'm not kidding. Get out of my door now.
Don't fucking
Quit blocking my door.
Don't scream in his face.
whoa! Don't push my bro.
Don't fucking.
Don't push him. Don't push him, dude.
All right, now right here, there was two decisions you could have made. I would have personally, had I been Baked Alaska and pushed by this aggro bitch, I would have thrown a punch. A punch is, you get pushed like that by another man. If you don't punch him in the face, you're a bitch. But Baked, of course, takes his 5 seconds to decide his fate, and instead, well, let me get something to rattle. Rattles up a little mace. Every time. Oh, that's so good. Because he has to sit there. I have to open this up and shake. All right, prepare. 3 to 5 seconds. There's about 50 bad decisions made in this 20 seconds. It's great.
Wow, don't fucking
Quit blocking my door!
don't scream in his face.
Whoa, don't push my bro.
Don't fucking.
Don't push him. Don't push him, dude.
I'm not gonna pussy.
Fuck you, dude.
You're being a little pussy.
Yeah, he attacked me. Fuck you.
Chemical assault. All right. So, I mean, like what? That's like a fucking. It's Scottsdale. I mean, that's like a Tuesday night on Mill Avenue. So, whatever. Simple assault on your fucking bartender. You know, they'll say he pushed him, and everything will work out in the end. It's a misdemeanor. So of course, Bake doesn't fucking show up because of all the shit from going and storming the Capitol. Do we have any video of him storming the Capitol? I haven't watched this yet. Memeology, who does a fucking great job from Honduras, covering politics from around the world and kind of giving he does a nice job of getting everything into one little video. This is 8.5 minutes long, though. I've never seen a memeology video longer than 5. I guess it's about Baked and Nick Fuentes, so we'll watch that. Let's see. Let's just. I'm sure there's.
This is our house. That's right. Amen. Congressman. Yes. Grow a spine or fucking resign. Yeah. All right. Boomer Braveheart, let's go. Hello, U.S. Senate. Yes, we have a fraudulent election. I would like to report. Yeah, we need to get our boy Donald J. Trump into office. Yeah, can we do that real quick?
All right, so Baked doesn't show up to court. So we got ourselves. Hold on, where to go? Oh, did I fucking delete it? Oh, no, hold on, I got it. Here it is.
I can't touch that. You can just leave it on desk until you're done.
They have a live stream system if you don't want to watch it.
Oh, okay, so they
I'm assuming that's still in place.
okay. What's up, Josh? Hey, Zach, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, good to see you, man.
See you too.
How things been?
Good.
Busy.
Yeah, I was in Lake
Hello.
last Friday.
Hello, U.S.
Sholo Justice Court yesterday.
Is most of the course doing the same as here, just kind of, virtual stuff and just occasional appearances? Or?
I'd say for the most part, but some of those rural courts, it's like there's no coronavirus. And then we released OR, and he was issued.
Okay, hold on. It's hard to scroll through.
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. I skipped a little too far.
Are both parties ready to go?
Yes. Yes.
This isn't good. Once again, I feel like I feel like this needs to be mentioned as many times as possible. This is over a misdemeanor macing of a fucking security guard that pushed him. This is about as low a charge as possible. He doesn't show up for court for this.
Yeah.
It's also, by the way, the best attorney you've ever heard. This guy is good. Bake's guy is good at being a lawyer.
All rise. Scottsdale City Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Blake presiding.
Thank you. Please be seated. So we're here on State of Arizona versus Gionet, Gionet, CR 2020-016964. This is oral argument on state's motion to state's petition to revoke defendant's release. Will the parties please?
So once again, Bake skipped himself some court because, part of the conditions of his release was that he couldn't cross state lines. And then he filmed himself at the Washington riot. Oh, it's a terrible move. Because even if he is working, as I suspect, in accordance or with a little bit of help from his friends, the feds, he's now gotten himself into a nice little situation with the Arizona courts over nothing. They really didn't think this one through.
Announce for the record.
Seth Peterson, appearing for the city. Zach Thornley, appearing for Anthony Gionet.
Where is the client?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
Not a good start. Where is your client? Not sure. Oh, shit. This is, I can't scroll through this back and forth. Ah, motherfucker. Oh, this is going to be a, okay.
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
How do you mean you're not sure?
I'm not sure where he's at, Your Honor. This hearing was set with only a couple days' notice, and I haven't had a meaningful chance to discuss this or.
Well, have you called him to tell him about today's hearing?
I've spoken to him, yes.
And he's been informed of today's hearing?
That's correct.
So he knows about it and he's just not here?
I can't tell you what.
Well, you can tell me, does he know about today's hearing?
Yes, he does.
He's not here, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Court will not waive defendant's presence. We'll proceed with the state's petition.
Yes, thank you, Judge. Judge, on December 11th, the defendant was released to OR and he was issued release conditions in writing, which he did sign for. Term 2 stipulated that he violated no federal, state, or local criminal law.
Sorry, just real quick. Before we get rolling with all of this, I did want to ask that this be reset, as I had previously filed motions on, because of the time frame of all of this. I haven't had as I mentioned just a minute ago, I haven't had an opportunity to have a meaningful conversation with my client about this, as well as I've asked for the FTR regarding his arraignment. I believe that there may be information in there that is pertinent to this, as well as the fact that this hearing was set immediately after the state filing the motion for this. I haven't had a chance to respond to that at all. So I would ask that this be reset.
it's literally like they sat down with whoever the handlers are of Baked Alaska, and they were like, all right, you got a small hiccup in your game plan. You got some issues in Arizona. What do you want to do about it? Do you want to like cash in? We can get you like a mid-tier lawyer. It'll handle itself fine. I really want to think like fucking Donald Trump. Bake sat there and just with the biggest pouting face said, no. Get me the worst public defender possible. Get me the guy whose best defense is I wasn't able to get in touch with the guy that I talked to on the phone. So wait, no, you did talk to him? Yes. But what did you guys talk about? Mostly baseball. He's a big Cardinals fan, Your Honor. We talked about, them retiring Pujols' number. We talked about, maybe moving Wainwright back in the rotation. Did you at all talk about the case? Nah, didn't get to it. Your Honor, do you like baseball? It's the worst argument ever. Sir, the man that I talked to, I did not have enough time to talk to about this event. But you did get to him. Yes. You told him like 2 days ago that he had a court appearance now today. Yes. Did you confirm whether he'd be here? Didn't get that far, man. Dude, I believe in having, look, here at the Jameson, the Jameson and Hennessy law firm, we believe on having a strong rapport with our clients. I mean, if we're going to talk to you for an hour, at least 45 minutes is going to be chit-chat, Your Honor. And as you can see, Mr. Jeanette only had 30 minutes for me. So we like I said, we'd like to bring in Diaz as the closer, but, you just kind of hope that there's a better setup man in the rotation or at least in the farm system. This is terrible.
Go ahead.
That's all.
Okay. Well, let me refer you to your motion continue. Doesn't mention any of that. Your motion continue is undersigned counsel recently submitted a request to Scottsdale City Court to disclose video / and/or audio recordings of December 11, 2020 proceedings. The continuance is needed to allow the court to produce and disclose these recordings to the defense. Of course, the court wouldn't. I assume it's just a typo, meaning the state.
Sure.
How would that have anything to do with release conditions?
So, and I did file, I don't know if you can see, but I had filed a motion for reconsideration.
No, it hasn't arrived yet.
Okay.
Again, how does your motion have to do with anything with release conditions?
Again, I'm asking for the FTR for the arraignment so that I can hear what Mr. Jeanette was informed during the arraignment.
You're his public defender. The silence.
And why isn't your client here to explain what he thought it was?
I can't tell you.
Oh my God. It's priceless. It's fucking priceless. Hold on. God damn it. Come on. Yes. There we go.
Defense. Of course, the court wouldn't. I assume it's just a typo, meaning
Go back
the
and
state.
Sure.
How would that have anything to do with release conditions?
So, and I did file, I don't know if you can see, but I had filed a motion for reconsideration.
No, it hasn't arrived yet.
Okay.
Again, how does your motion have to do with anything with release conditions?
Again, I'm asking for the FTR for the arraignment so that I can hear what Mr. Jeanette was informed during the arraignment.
All right. We're at 5:48. Let's see how long the pause is.
And why isn't your client here to explain what he thought it was?
That was 10 seconds.
I can't tell you.
Okay.
Probably because we had only a few days to prepare for this.
Okay, since the client has chosen not to show up, I'm not going to grant your motion to continue. I would have considered it if he had been here to explain his side, but since he's chosen not to, I'm going to hear the argument. If he ever deems to show up to court, he can always explain his side.
Well, what I'm saying is that his side is that we were given a short window of notice and no meaningful opportunity to respond to the state's petition. So, so that's why he's not able to be here.
Why did that stop him from coming here much like you're here?
Because of the notice.
You're saying something precluded him from coming here in 2 days, and you don't know what that is.
Correct.
Okay, I'm not going to grant the motion to continue. Again, if he ever deems to come to court, I will listen to his side, but he knows about today's hearing. He's not here. We have no explanation that you can offer as to why he's not hearing, except for some reason 2 days isn't enough notice to appear.
It's abnormal for the court to set, at least in the other courts I practice in, Your Honor, for the court to set a hearing and require the presence of everyone, especially in today's setting where everything is virtual. I'm happy to get him on the phone.
If he wants to explain to me why he couldn't physically show up today, yes, you can get him on the phone. But that's what I want as an answer, is why he physically was precluded from coming here today.
Okay.
Oh, hold on.
May I have a moment to call him?
Ah, wait, no! I forgot he calls him! He calls him! He calls him and can't! I forgot about this. I listened to this late last night, way too stoned. Oh, God. I forgot that he fucking called him. This might be the worst lawyer of all time. Oh, fuck, man. Look, fuck your little Scottsdale courts. How we do it in the big city of Yuma, you get more than 48 hours notice. Oh my God. This lawyer's fucking him. Like, it's bad enough that he didn't show up. And look, 2 days notice, I get it. It's not nice. But let's not act like Baked Alaska has to go work at the Columbia, sportswear factory outlet store, from 11 to 5, and he can't get Jenny to cover his shift. It's not like fucking Baked is sitting around doing anything. It's not like he's fucking doing anything. Baked can show up to court. I could show up to court. I have nothing to do. Baked has literally no excuse. He can show up to court. He lives 15 minutes away from the court. This lawyer is fucking him. Put it on speaker. I want him to call on speaker, and then when the ringtone comes up, it's, "We love our cops, law enforcement. We love our military, they are important." Hey guys, Baked Alaska, make sure you leave a ring-a-ding-ling at the end of this message so that I can get back to you for all your needs of Yoba Gang. We love our military, they're important. When I'm in a jam, I can know that I can call up the man, with the plan. Beep! All right. I'm his lawyer. if I'm his lawyer and he fucking why isn't your client here? Well, sir, there was very short notice. I know that he was fully intent on coming and representing himself. I'm not able to get in communication with him, sir. I would expect that momentarily we would hear something or some emergency. This is unlike my client. He has been prompt and forthright, so I do fear for his well-being at this time. You don't fucking just sell him out. You don't fucking sell him out. You lie. Natalie, stick around. You'll get a really good idea. We're going to watch a movie in a minute. He's calling. He's calling him in court. Thank you, Chicken. At least ask for a continuation, which I think that was. I think we already heard that. It had already been denied. But then just ask for another one. Just do something besides. I'm gonna call him. Oh, he didn't answer. This is 2 minutes of silence. I just skipped 2 minutes. It's still deafening silence.
The court's
Another minute skipped.
I would also object, or what have you.
Juicy about.
The court's order not to leave the state without prior written authorization, and also likely a violation of the court's order that he obey all state, local, and federal laws. So the state is asking for a modification of release conditions, and in addition to the defendant not being present today, also adding to the justification for a request for modification, the state would request that the court issue a bench warrant in the amount of $25,000.
Why 25,000?
What's that?
Why 25,000?
Well, the state's concerned with the defendant's failure to remain law-abiding, as well as his decision just to leave without notifying the court. I can play the clips.
Sure, I understand.
All right. So some people are asking, is this about the court thing? And it's going to the Capitol building. All right. Yes, Haps hella blows, by the way. Tried it. It sucks. So basically, we watched it earlier, but when Baked got arrested a couple months ago, actually it was a month ago, in Arizona for macing a security guard. Terms and conditions of his bail on the misdemeanor assault were that he had to remain law-abiding and that he couldn't leave the state without written permission. That's pretty common. Basically, now that Baked was at the Capitol and videoed himself there and everything, now Arizona wants to put him behind bars and revoke his bail because he left the state without written permission. So now they have a reason to fuck him. So then, at the hearing to see, hey, what can we do about this? He doesn't show up. So, he wasn't even going to get arrested today. This was just, or yesterday. This was just, in the legal proceedings, this was just a hearing to see if maybe they would go forward with not letting him get bailed out. This wasn't even the hearing of, go back to jail. This was literally just the, will we try to press you just going in pretrial, or are we going to upgrade the charges? So now, hey, maybe it doesn't work out. You go to court and you still fuck yourself baked because you left the state and you fucked your terms, whatever. But now you've double, triple, quadruple compounded the fucking. It's not a sentencing hearing. It was just a fucking, hey, we saw that you're not keeping up with the terms of what we said. What's the deal? Exactly. He probably thought they could remand him. So, it's the dumbest thing ever. He's an idiot. So now he's wanted on bench warrants. Nothing to do with the Capitol yet, by the way. He's not facing any charges for the Capitol at this point. I mean, for God's sakes, they cover up the D-Live chat on CNN and the FBI little posters that they make where, where Groiper 2020 Reloaded commented, bro, this is so dope, or whatever. And then you got the picture of, the guy with the stanchion and him and not Nick Fuentes. I love how Nick Fuentes is like, I was not in the Capitol. Here's a picture clearly not from this day of me on the lawn. Oh, they're so fucking stupid, all of them. Look, civilly, we were just standing on the grass. You can see there's about 20 feet between us and the photographer, because obviously when everyone stormed the Capitol, not us, not us. We were on the lawn. There was so much room to move around and get photographs of us in our suits. That I was definitely wearing that day. So stupid. So is it federal now for crossing state lines? He's not facing any charges yet. That's the thing. He's not facing any federal charges or no storming the Capitol. The only charges he's facing now are just that he's got a bench warrant for not showing up to court and for not meeting the terms of his bail. That's what he's in trouble for. That's what's so stupid about this. None of this is about the Capitol. It's just all about him leaving Arizona. Oh, my God.
Your request, I just don't understand the amount. You have 2 Class 1 misdemeanors and a Class 3 misdemeanor. It's usually about, when a bond is issued, it's usually about $500 for a Class 1, so that would be $1,000, and then $250 for a Class 3. So why $25,000?
Sure, and back when there used to be a bail schedule, which there no longer is, that might be a standard term.
Right.
Standard bail, once the defendant was arraigned, and often the court would just order that standard bond amount. Well, the defendant, obviously having the privilege of OR, or being released OR, continued demonstrating lawlessness, as well as him not being here, and has obviously demonstrated disregard for the court's order by leaving the state without permission. The state believes that's an appropriate amount. In addition to what I can play in terms of the clips, that also informs my recommendation to the court. So that's the state's request.
In a real fucking legal speak, all this is I don't think so, Meg. I don't think he was going to get arrested by the feds. I think Baked has given. It's like the little CNN girl that was with the black guy, Activist John, that Corinne loved. It's like the CNN photo girl that was with him. Like, Baked is just unknowingly just a dummy in the middle, acting as a fed, just by filming it. Like, Baked's not like fucked by the feds. I don't think he's smart enough. I think his actions in Arizona are clearly showing that he's not a fed. But his ability to just pop up at all of these events and actively get people to come up to him and be like, "Whoa, what's up, babe? Yeah, I'm loser. Oh, bro, I'm whatever. I'm activist Andy AR-15 on Parler, bro. What's up, baked?" Like, he does that shit. He helps the cause because people are just like, "Bro, I like this guy," and then the feds are just sitting there going, "All right, we got this guy, and all right, him." He's just, they can deal with him going around town to town on an RV, macing people, as long as he's exposing all the other shit that's going on. He's just a dummy. He's a well-funded dummy. I don't know, I could be wrong. If Baked gets fucking... pretty much everyone at this point has been snuffed out and taken down by the FBI that was there at the Capitol that did shit. So, Baked is too much of a dumbass to not pop up and get knocked. So, he already would be done. He will get a new alias on Baked Alaska. No, he'll be like he's gonna pop up as a different dessert. He'll be Eddie. Hey guys, what's up? It's Eddie Eclair. I'm here to talk to you about the dangers of the far right. But the feds know where he lives. They know where you are. He already would have gotten arrested. Literally, he's been plastered on CNN for like a week. All of his footage, New York Times articles, all about him. Like, they picked apart the low key people, and they've gotten them all. You're telling me the fifth or sixth most high profile person surrounding that was like there. You think that guy isn't getting arrested? No, that'll be Alice's name. She'll be Pie Alice mode. Cream Pie Alice mode. Yeah, dude. He has a lot more enemies. People were trying to get Baked Alaska arrested before the Capitol riots. He's just dumb for not showing up. You literally heard. We just missed it, and I think we were going to talk about it. They literally just said, "Hey, like, what's the deal? This is like usually a, I think they said like $500 to $1,000 per charge here," and they literally said our reason is the state of Alaska is basically we're sick of this guy going around acting like a jackass. We would like there to be a modicum of responsibility. Can we up this to $25,000? We said, "Hey, stop being a jackass." He then went halfway across the country and stormed the U.S. Capitol, making us look bad for letting him out for macing the guy. It's just PR spin control. This has nothing to do with the feds. No, they were gonna sit there in coats outside the door, Agent Smith and Harris waiting for Baked, and then some grand movie thing where they take him out in cuffs and we got him. Front page on the Scottsdale paper. This is just an idiot missing a very basic court appearance, and then them being able to use a mountain of evidence against him for missing the thing. Well, how is he able to be there but he isn't able to show up here? It's one of those. Oh, he's so stupid.
Remain law-abiding, as well as his decision just to leave without notifying the court. I can play the clips.
Sure, I understand your request. I just don't understand the amount. You have 2 Class 1 misdemeanors and a Class 3 misdemeanor. It's usually about, when a bond is issued, it's usually about $500 for a Class 1, so that would be $1,000, and then $250 for a Class 3. So why $25,000?
Sure, and back when there used to be a bail schedule, which there no longer is, that might be a standard term. Standard bail, once the defendant was arraigned, and often the court would just order that standard bond amount. Well, the defendant, obviously having the privilege of OR or being released OR, continue demonstrating lawlessness, as well as him not being here, and is obviously demonstrated disregard for the court's order by leaving the state without permission. The state believes that's an appropriate amount. In addition to what I can play in terms of the clips, that also informs my recommendation to the court.
All right. And then basically, they play the clips of him in the Capitol. I guess, hold on. I guess we'll just play that first clip again. Because it's so good. Hold on.
That's right. Amen. Congressman. Yes. Grow a spine or fucking resign. Yeah. All right.
Hey, wait a second. Hold on. Chicken, someone that's been in the chat before. Hold on. Before we go on, this is unrelated to anything. This big guy right here. Is this the guy that got maced like a month ago and then Lulz gave him the beer? Is that the same guy from Washington, D.C.? Remember the big giant? Is this the same guy? It is. I love that trailer park, that Ricky checkerboard shirt. Classy. This is the same fucking guy, though, that got maced. And then they gave the beer to. They were like, all right, Lulz, yeah, you want that beer, guy? You need it more than me. I got Jaeger. You just got maced in the fucking eye by a cop. And then the guy was like, no, I don't need the beer. And then he was like, I'll take the beer. And they're like, yeah, take the beer. Sorry you got maced, buddy. Let's get you some milk. It's the fucking same guy, man. It's the same fucking guy.
Grow a spine or fucking resign. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, look how it's the same guy, dude. Because look how giant he is. He's sitting down, and he's still almost as tall as Baked. He's at least 17 Baked Alaskas tall.
Boomer Braveheart, let's go.
Yeah, Boomer Braveheart. God damn, this is a small world of protesters.
Hello, U.S. Senate. Yes, we have a fraudulent election. I would like to report. Yeah, we need to get our boy Donald J. Trump into office. Yeah, can we do that real quick? Oh, yeah? Oh, thank you. Let's go.
All right. Good shit, Baked. Good shit. All right. Let's see what this is. This was, I guess it's about Nick Fuentes and Baked by Memeology from today, January 15th. Adam Johnson.
Trump, yes! Dude, let's tell Trump what's up.
Trump would be very upset.
And he'd be like, no, just say we love him. We love you, bro. No, he'll be happy. What do you mean? We're fighting for Trump. Hey, hold up. I can't get an outside line. I can call the U.S. Senate, apparently. Okay. Hello. Hello, U.S. Senate. Yes, we have a fraudulent election. I would like to report. Yeah, we need to get our boy Donald J. Trump into office. Yeah, can we do that real quick? Oh, yeah? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Let's go. And it's yoga season?
It's yoga season. Look, hey, Baked, you may be laying low, but Yoba lives on. Me, Mullengy's still getting Yoba out there.
Yoga season, let's go.
Oh, hold on. Wait, hold on. Hi, not Nick Fuentes. Definitely not you, Nick. Even though it's definitely not you.
Yoga season, let's go.
Oh, let's see.
Police are squabbling with protesters. Oh, there we go. And they just breached the Capitol again.
They're gonna lock us in.
You can disagree with it, but respect it.
Come on.
Come on, come on. Oh, here's the. Oh, activist John, Corinne's boyfriend.
We want you to go home. I'm recording, and there's so many people. It's just, they're going to push their way up here. Bro, I see people out there get hurt. I don't want to see you get hurt. We will make a path dead ass. Like, we don't want. That's what I'm saying. We'll make a path, bro. Please, just let us make a path. Just let us make a path. When the whole country hates I want you to go home. Go. Let's go.
Jade Sacker.
I'll give you your hug now. We did it. You were right. We did it.
Dude, I was trying to tell you. I couldn't say much.
You were right.
You just have to watch my chat.
Oh my God.
Is this not going to be the best film you've ever made in your life? No.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah?
Hell yeah.
Wait, you weren't recording, were you?
I'll delete that shit. But I didn't record you or me.
Whoo, Jade. You're gonna delete this, right? You're gonna delete this? Ooh, Jade. Ooh, Jade. Lucky you're pretty and work for CNN. You'll be fine. What am I saying? Jade, you're fine. Carry on, girl.
It's just voices. What is this painting? I forget what it's called. Do you know?
I don't even know, but I know we in this motherfucker.
We are, dude. This is fucking real.
Tell them we in here. Bugsy the Don in the building.
Gang shit, bro.
Yeah, big gang shit.
Damn.
Big gang shit. John Fancy shit.
They were about light. They were about that shit.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that shit.
Make sure you follow me on Instagram, too.
Likewise, bro. What's your Instagram?
Bugsy the Don. BUGZIETHON. All one word.
Bet.
All platforms.
X. Look for me. Jaden X. No.
Oh, I thought you were DJ. I already seen my music.
I'm on this thing, bro.
I know that's right.
Hell yeah. Dude, this is surreal. Look up top. Like, that's just like...
Oh, yeah. Is this just about the Antifa thing?
What's the floor plan?
All right, this doesn't have anything to do with what I want to talk about. I'm unbaked. All right, it was just baked was in it because they were showing his shit. All right.
There's absolutely nothing, no reason why I got suspended. I just woke up, my Twitter account doesn't work, it says you're permanently suspended, even though I'm verified, even though I have 200,000 followers, even though I didn't break any rules. I've been doing my best to like follow the rules, and I have been following the rules. I've been like literally doing nothing wrong. I've been playing Mario and reading Bible verses.
Bye-bye.
It doesn't make any sense, bro. I got banned from Twitter, and I believe it's because I'm a conservative. I support Donald Trump. I support the president. I think it's kind of fucked up. What do you think?
I mean, yeah, they're banning free speech for sure, but you got to remember Twitter is private, right? It's a private company. They can do what they want to do with.
No reason. What? Why don't you just give me a reason? Why don't you just make up some bullshit reason and tell me that's why you suspended me? Why don't you just do that? I'm really heartbroken right now. Like Twitter was my main shit. Like 200,000 followers. That's like my baby, working on like, and I've been so good like ever since they gave me a minor suspension before. Like I've been an angel. I'm completely pissed off. I'm completely confused. Nice to meet you. How are you having a good day? So far. Why do you think people are getting so mad?
I don't know. Why are we yelling? We're only this.
I'm not yelling.
We're this close.
You're yelling.
We're this close.
You wanna meet us over there at the table? No?
No, thank you.
Get the word out. Start tweeting at Twitter support. Start tweeting at Jack. Start tweeting. Tweet at your big influencers. What do you think I should do? Ma'am, I got my Twitter suspended. What do you think I should do? How do I get unsuspended? Stop censoring conservatives. I support America. I support all Americans. I love this country. I support our military. I support our veterans. I support our cops. I stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. There's that.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? This guy isn't old news because he's literally in the news today for skipping his bail revoke hearing. Oh, my God. All right. Guys, I've been wanting to do this for since the whole Capitol thing a week or so ago. We're going to go revisit, the Baked Alaska of a previous lifetime. We're going to watch Porcelain's 2019 documentary, Diary of an E-Celeb, a Baked Alaska documentary. It's an hour and 36 minutes long. It's a fucking full movie. And I do need to let you know that it's good. It's good shit. So I got to use the bathroom before we do this because it's gonna be it's a full length movie. It's a very good take on the Baked Alaska origin story. So fascinating. So let's get ready and we'll watch that. Hold on. get some music to fill the time. I'll do that. Probably gonna take a dab as well. Do you have a Discord or anything? No. Wait, maybe I do. There might be a Bo No Show Discord, the Bo No Show. I haven't looked at it in a while. Email me, Natalie, at thebonoshow@gmail.com. And I'll be able to answer all your questions there. All right, so, where'd I go? There I am. As I said, we're going to watch Diary of an E-Celeb, the Baked Alaska documentary. If you don't know much about his backstory, if you don't know what helped to create the monster, I think this documentary will serve you well. I've watched this before. It's very enjoyable. So I'm gonna hit pause. I'm gonna hit play, and after the conclusion of the documentary, I think we will probably sign off, and we'll see if any protests come up later on. Tomorrow looks like it's going to be a very busy day, so I'm going to probably be spending a lot of my energy on tomorrow, and then the last 4 days of this Trump presidency. Yeah, where is this? 2 years campaign for justice. Nah, there's something going on in Seattle, it looks like, but who cares? All right, Diary of an E-Celeb, the Baked Alaska documentary.
American novelist John Updike once posited that celebrity is a mask that eats into the face. With the advent of new technology, the phenomenon of celebrity has taken bigger and bigger leaps. Stars of early film were soon replaced with those of television and then the internet. And with each platform came floods of fame-hungry narcissists and slick-talking grifters desperate to exploit its reach with their perceived skills or talents. By and large, the meritocratic nature of celebrity, at least in its earlier years, ensured that the cream generally rose to the top. The very best in actors, comedians, athletes, presenters and musicians would for decades entertain the masses, in exchange for fame, fortune and an unrelenting abuse of children with impunity. But with the expansion of mediums meaning more channels than ever being broadcast, the need for entertainment would soon far outweigh the supply of talent capable of providing it. As a result, the turn of the century saw the birth of reality television. Manufactured entertainment usually in the vein of talentless egomaniacs, delusional train wrecks and hordes of disease-riddled cum vessels. The vapid nature of reality television seemed to oscillate in perfect unison with the masses of easily distracted husks watching, and for the first time, droves of civilians scumbags had a chance at something bigger. Under the right circumstances, just about any of society's mentally ill degenerates could see themselves propelled to stardom. Before long, a shift in the entire entertainment industry saw the fundamental quality of content take a back seat to grotesque debauchery and insipid drama. And boy, did people just lap this shit up. However, with the internet now dominating the field of entertainment worldwide, the unyielding thirst for mass validation could now be easily quenched with followers, subscribers and patrons. With YouTube now a permanent fixture in just about anybody's entertainment arsenal, the opportunities to those willing to suck at Google's rancid tit would see the arrival of one of the most reviled creatures of modern times, the e-celebrity. This documentary will showcase the lengths e-celebrities go to in maintaining their fleeting relevance, namely by following the disturbing tale of one of the internet's most desperate subjects. This is the story of a man who shot to fame with no discernible talents, likeable personality traits, or independent opinions whatsoever. A man who has time and time again adapted his image and reshaped his message in frenetic efforts of maintaining any level of significance. This documentary will further explore the pits of despair these e-celebs continually fall into in their unrelenting quest for click-based feel-goodery. So with that said, I introduce to you Baked Alaska. Anthime Gionet, or Tim for the heterosexuals amongst us, was born November 16, 1987 in Anchorage, Alaska, to evangelicals Paul and Suzanne Gionet. His parents had amassed a small fortune thanks to their Russian gospel cult, REM Alaska, and dedicated their lives to brazenly fleecing the impressionable and impoverished alike. Having deemed the barren permafrost of Russia's Far East ideal ground for swindling, the Gionets began setting up ministries to perform what they call Christian outreach. And as a non-profit who now caters to the Luo tribe in Kenya, it can be safely assumed that this is absolutely not one of those blatant religious scams you so often hear about. Despite being at the behest of his parents' devout ramblings for much of his childhood, little Timmy Gionet was determined to carve out his own path. Having graduated from Azusa Pacific University armed with a marketing degree, he would somehow land himself a social media job at Warner Brothers Records. It was during Gionet's marketing work on the Vans Warped tour that the stage name Baked Alaska was given to him, likely due to both his birthplace and weed bro lifestyle. After a short stint working at Capitol Records, the artist now known as Baked Alaska would pursue an ill-fated career in music. With an appearance akin to a Confederate wigger, Gionet would appear in a succession of bizarre homemade music videos, each with their own unique blend of iMovie effects. In the song I Live on Glaciers, Baked can be seen prancing around to a mountainous backdrop, assuring those watching that, despite any confusion, he does indeed live on a glacier. As for Bull Moose Trappin', Baked combines his absurd mullet and moustache pedophile get-up with knockoff gold chains and grills covering his teeth, and with lyrics that once again make pains to reassure his listenership that he is without any doubt from the state of Alaska. A definite theme here seems to be emerging. Into the Wild saw Baked throw around rap hands in a tatty old camo jacket and novelty sunglasses, again mumbling shoehorned Alaskan rhymes to a scenic backdrop. All in all, ironically or not, he once again looks and sounds like a complete and utter prat.
It's not for sale, it's not for clearance. I'ma stay baked till my last minute. I do it for my fans, for my baked Alaskans. I'll eat the yellow snow if that's what they're asking.
Speaking of looking like a complete and utter prat, Baked Alaska's unending efforts at going viral saw him take to video sharing social media platform Vine. Hoping to follow the example set out by Logan Paul and King Bark, Timothy Giannet would instead post what looked like a series of schizophrenic relapses. And as a platform designed to propel the user to viral stardom, this only served to further demonstrate Baked Alaska's insatiable desire for fame at any cost to his dignity.
Today's daily broadcast brought to you by 7-Eleven. Also brought to you by Bush did 9/11. 50 Shades of that ass, squirt like you mean it. Alright then, alright.
They said it couldn't be done. One man, one mission.
They were right. I just eat ass now. I ain't got no chill. I eat the ass every day like a vitamin pill. Yeah.
As it happens, Baked Alaska's somewhat musical background seemed to wildly impress those progressive bloggers at BuzzFeed, who hired Giannet to help support and create their catalogue of hard-hitting online content. And given that Baked was now pretty much a journalist by modern standards, it was up to him to bring viewers' attention to such things as 16 vines only people who smoke will understand, and this grandma just hit the sickest beer pong shot of 2016. But it was Giannet's on-camera talents that seemed to pique BuzzFeed's attention most. And with cutting-edge content such as watching Baked Alaska get his ears pierced in real time, it's pretty obvious what a company like BuzzFeed would see in him.
I'm super nervous about I hate needles, like anything with a needle. I just want to faint. You guys better start soon or I'm gonna run out of this room.
Oh yeah, done.
When tasked by his employers to somehow follow the groundbreaking ear-piercing bit, Giannet would oblige, setting himself up for yet more primo content. Baked Alaska would star in a somewhat wacky viral video where those mad lads at BuzzFeed would swap their phones and treat each other to a series of mischievous pranks.
Example of Alex Ernst's tweet, just say something really up and they're like, hey, what's up, Alex?
I'm gonna fix all your relationships.
That would be amazing. Once I start talking I know Alex is gonna come back and do it the same.
His roommate sent him a text to wake him up at 5. So I called him at 5.
Yeah.
And I told him I wouldn't be able to make rent this month.
It was uncomfortable, it was strange, like I felt dirty.
This unending onslaught of cookie-cutter faggotry even saw BuzzFeed Alaska and friends roleplay parodic sketches from popular Netflix documentary Making a Murderer, cementing his time at the blogging firm as yet another embarrassing checkmark in Tim Giannet's so-called career.
The morning they brought in Timothy Treadstone, it all started to make sense. Of course it'd be him.
I don't think I should do that.
I shot Ned. Say it or I will hurt you.
I shot Ned? Why would you make me say that?
According to Giannet, his exit from BuzzFeed occurred as a result of apparent long-standing conservative values in the face of BuzzFeed's hyper-leftist hugbox environment. In an interview with Business Insider, he spoke of an aha moment, in which a co-worker accused Baked of culturally appropriating Native Americans following a comment calling Justin Bieber his spirit animal. Another totally believable and not at all made-up story involves Giannet being shunned by his colleagues after allegedly storming the BuzzFeed headquarters, sporting the MAGA hat. Quite the imagination.
So I was working at BuzzFeed as a closeted conservative. They didn't know that I was like a Trump supporter at the time, and I had to just hide it. And then when I came out public that I was a Trump supporter, I just couldn't take it anymore. Because in the BuzzFeed office in Hollywood, they would openly talk about how they wanted to assassinate Trump, and like when Justice Scalia died, they had a party. They were like taking shots. They were like, yeah, that fucker died, fuck him. And like, yeah.
It's just as I imagined it. Like I always imagined it as a parody in there, but it sounds like it. Yeah.
No, it's a complete like social SJW like cesspool. Like it is disgusting. And like I just needed a job, and I was running their Twitter because I'm good with social media. So I was running their Twitter and getting a paycheck. And then one day I just could not take it anymore, and I went in with my MAGA hat. And oh man, the looks I got that day, like literally people stopped inviting me to meetings. Like I just got the cold stare, and like it was not okay. It's 99.9% like super leftist.
It seems far more likely that GNA had instead identified the Donald Trump trend of early 2016 and simply wanted a slice of the action. Until now, the only political position Baked Alaska had ever adopted was one in support of urban looting gang Black Lives Matter. Tweets declaring how "we need justice fam" would be followed by the hashtag Black Lives Matter, whilst others would claim he is simply done with white people. In one tweet, he even admitted to protesting for the movement, holding a Black Lives Matter sign and counter-signalling those claiming hashtag All Lives Matter. This is far from the language of a closeted conservative Trump supporter and only serves to call into question his ideological positions.
Oh, how was the CNN thing?
Yeah, it was alright. There were like 10 people.
This is a lot bigger.
Yeah, and we actually had a guy come around in a car, yell "fuck Trump," and then go out,
Really?
buy signs, and then have a counter protest across the street.
Really?
That said Hitler and
Wow.
fuck Trump and all that bullshit.
With an established rapping background, it was only a matter of time before the grills, shades and camo made a reappearance for yet another of Baked Alaska's little jingles. The so-called MAGA anthem has since become the epitome of pre-Trumpian cringe, with the Alaskan leech popping white power gestures whilst bouncing around like a popcorn kernel.
Build the wall, it just got 10 feet higher. Build the wall, it just got 10 feet strong. Build the wall, it just got 10 feet higher. And build and build and build and just build the wall. Oh.
This bizarre endorsement of Big Daddy Trump showed GNA sporting a ridiculous horse mane of post-up peroxide. He would cement his pro-Trump heel turn by once again expressing himself through song. In We Love Our Cops, the desperate fame rapist would shamelessly bootlick his way into the authoritarian good books, singing how "We love our cops, our law enforcement."
We love our cops, our law enforcement. We love our veterans, they're important. And when they're out at war, you know I appreciate them more, thank you, Lord.
It was around this time that Baked began latching on to other more successful right-wing personalities in efforts to establish and grow his newly found conservative brand. Milo Yiannopoulos, a lip-triggering prima donna with a proclivity for burning coal, sought the help of GNA in managing his Dangerous Faggot Tour, a series of provocative speeches at university campuses designed specifically to elicit profile-boosting deplatformings.
Please, sir, sir, please, sir, please.
We'd like to ask you to please.
Sir, please.
On paper, the opportunity to chase the growing clout of Milo Yiannopoulos in the run-up to the 2016 election was exactly what Baked Alaska had been waiting for. After all, Milo was, for all intents and purposes, the new face of the alt-right, having co-opted the popular pro-Trump movement in a flurry of self-serving media appearances defending their ideology.
What is the alt-right?
No, I mean, I've never identified as the alt-right. The press seems determined to crown me the queen of it. All I've done is give them a fair hearing in the press. I think that white identity and white nationalism is a little misleading. I think it's more accurate to say that the alt-right cares about Western supremacy rather than white supremacy. It cares about Western values. It cares about liberal, capitalist, Western democracy, democratic values, freedom, equality, that kind of thing. And it sees, various threats to those on various fronts.
Milo's part of that crowd over there. Milo's not alt-right. He never was. He tried to co-opt the alt-right because he's a showboat, and he latches on to any movement he can latch on to. He latched on to the men's rights movement, and then he latched on to the Gamergate movement, and then as the alt-right rose, he tried to latch onto that. No, we don't like Milo. Milo is a promoter of faggotry and pedophilia.
Donald Trump's election run had prompted the
Alright, whose grandfather is that? That guy's awesome.
local opposition to mainstream support of Hillary Clinton and progressive values at large. And with view and subscriber counts exploding for those on the new right, it was only natural that bad actors would exploit the movement strictly for their own gain. This was an integral point for the Baked Alaska brand, and having seen firsthand the opportunities and cachet afforded to Milo during GNA's time managing the literal Brit fag, he now wanted a piece for himself.
You know, I did book that huge Dangerous Faggot tour. I was a big part in creating him. You know, I used to run his social medias, his Twitter, his Vine channel, Instagram, stuff like that, set those up. So yeah, I had, when I first started out, I had a good experience with him.
Baked Alaska's duties to Milo were pretty cut and dry. Book the tour, run his socials, and attend questionable cocaine pajama parties in discreet hotel rooms. However, as the 2016 election drew closer, Baked would instead take the initiative, often reneging on his obligations with Milo in favour of live streaming on location. Ready to take to the streets and make America great again, the former Bernie bro would slip right in to all things MAGA.
We got a lot of people here on YouTube. Hey, the tree just threw a leaf at me. This flower petal came down. The tree.
There's a bloody tampon. They just threw it.
No, it's not. Really?
Yeah.
Wait. Hey, look at that. Hey. I just had a bloody tampon thrown at me. Sir?
But exposure to the darling of the alt-right had only succeeded in sending a hapless Baked into a never-ending world of 1488 Hitler spirals, with his Discord server filling his hollow skull with what basically amounts to a line-by-line retelling of Greatest Story Never Told. Baked Alaska prepared himself to push the Overton window right off a fucking cliff.
What up? I'm lit. I'm fired up.
Young Damien on the ground.
Dude.
Hey, what's up?
We gotta preserve the white race, bro.
No,
No? You don't like white people?
No, I hate white people.
Why?
White people are the worst.
You are a terrible person, man. Wow.
Hey, all I gotta say is don't make Whitey angry, because when the white man gets angry, it's not nice. We're very nice. We're very nice. We've been too nice.
Such a good influence. I learned all my stuff from Bryden, though, honestly. Hey, I don't...
Unfortunately for Baked Alaska, he was quickly approaching a crossroads, and with Milo understandably frustrated at his manager's split loyalties, it wasn't long before the starfucker was booted altogether. With Baked Alaska's post-election Twitter feed closer resembling Brendan Tarrant's manifesto, Milo, himself a member of the tribe, had seen enough. Having witnessed tweets such as "Jews do control the news, never forget," "Jewish people run 95% of American media," and one simply portraying Laura Loomer in what appears to be a gas chamber operated by Donald Trump with the caption "Et tu Brute," Milo would strike back. In a series of leaked emails, Milo wrote how...
Hold on. I'm sorry to have to pause the movie. Can I see that again? Hey, guys, come on. It's a joke. It's a joke. Holy fuck. Oh my god. Super day. Holy fuck. Holy shit. Oh my god, my sides are hurting. Alright, fuck it. Baked, that's funny. That's fucking funny.
With the caption "Et tu Brute," Milo would strike back. In a series of leaked emails, Milo wrote how he needs to understand that Baked Alaska is over.
It was Laura Loomer in a gas chamber with Donald Trump. And it's a gas, and he had a smile. Holy shit. Holy fuck!
With the caption "Et tu Brute," Milo would strike back. In a series of leaked emails, Milo wrote how he needs to understand that Baked Alaska is over. He is not a friend, he is an employee. He is becoming a laughingstock, and that reflects badly on me. He continued with, "I think we need to replace Tim. He has no news judgment or understanding of what's dangerous, and thinks tweets about Jews are just fine. He seems more interested in his career as an obscure Twitter personality than as my tour manager. This was a big blow for Gione, who is now persona non grata to one of the right's most illustrious characters. Furthermore, he would miss the opportunity to help monetize the continued campus spaz-outs Milo himself would orchestrate. However, Tim would have a slightly different interpretation of events, citing Milo's desire to put himself front and center ahead of the movement as the reason he left the tour.
In my opinion, you know, I don't want to go too much into detail, but I just think now, I still appreciate what he did for me and all that, but I feel like now he's sort of a selfish guy, and he's a diva, and he's just sort of just all in it for himself, and he doesn't really care about the movement, as you would call it, or moving things forward.
Essentially, we have two fame-hungry narcissists accusing each other of putting their own self-interest ahead of the so-called greater good, both seemingly unaware of the brazen hypocrisy of their positions. This divide between the two would go on to represent a larger rift in the conservative right, spelling an end to the fraternal camaraderie enjoyed by once like-minded MAGA celebrities. Having succeeded in their plan to help elect Jared Kushner into office, attention soon turned inward, specifically towards the sudden bad optics of those anti-Semitic shitposters. And with Baked Alaska now spamming triple parentheses to anybody with a Berg in their name, those on the now breakaway alt-light began to disavow. As it happens, a celebratory event known as the Deplorable had been penned for January 19th, 2017, as a means of further tap dancing on the rotten corpse of Hillary Clinton. Not yet tired of all that winning, if only they knew, Mike Cernovich, a rapist, put the finishing touches to the ballroom affair, with the notable assistance of fellow organiser Baked Alaska. The pair, with further help from Jack Pacific, had managed to fill the event with a veritable who's who of self-important vloggers. And despite early hiccups in securing a venue, the event was a go for the 19th, except with one small change. In a shocking move, Cernovich would tweet an announcement that Baked Alaska is not a member of the Deplorable Committee and will not be attending the event. We wish him well. And in a dramatic follow-up, he would continue with, I can confirm that Milo will now be attending the Deplorable. It was understood that Baked Alaska's toxic Twitter feed had become problematic for those optic-obsessed alt-lighters, and with Milo particularly sensitive as to who he associates with, it was only a matter of when and not if Baked would be thrown off the event.
The argument seems to have begun when New York Magazine writer Jesse Singal pointed out that one of the headliners for the DC event with the Twitter handle Baked Alaska had a history of anti-Semitic and pro-Nazi tweets about, quote, the Jewish question. Drums. So at that point, a guy named Mike Cernovich, who apparently is popular in this crowd, decides that he's going to kick Baked Alaska out of the ball.
Baked would respond with a tweet stating, you can thank Mike at Cernovich for banning me from my own event for tweets. This would naturally be followed with an army of based 4chaners accusing the convicted woman beater of cooking to the international Jew, whatever that means. Such was the abuse levelled at Cernovich that he was forced to address supporters of Baked Alaska in a live meltdown, claiming to be happy to rid his feed of thousands of Jew-hating losers, before threatening to report Tim's alleged income disparities to the fucking government. Talk about guerrilla mindset.
Keep crying, come on. Keep crying. You're a backstabbing Jew fraud, informant, you're a joke, kike mindset, you're the backstabber. Keep going. I mean, do you really think do you think I'm shook? Do you think I'm shook? If I lost 10,000 followers who legitimately hate Jews, then I have not lost 10,000 followers. I have gained 10,000 dregs being out of my life. Tim, remember that $1,000 I gave you for stickers? Stickers, right? Remember when I PayPal'd you $1,000? You said you were going to buy stickers for a work project. Where are the stickers? What happened? What happened to those? What happened to the $1,000 that I gave Tim? Apparently, Tim is getting unemployment. Apparently, he's getting unemployment. So I, of course, am filing a Form 1099 with the IRS and with the California Unemployment Board because I paid him income. So I hope that Tim reported. I hope that Tim reported the income that I gave him. I'm curious. Pop quiz. Who did a Periscope saying that he smoked meth? Who did? Smoked meth. Who said that? That's a druggie. If you smoke meth, you're a druggie. That isn't libel. So I just want to know who is saying that they smoked meth, and that's a druggie. I'm sorry that if you don't know that makes you a druggie, then you should definitely go back to law school.
The event itself would go by largely uneventful, minus a terribly executed swinger to bystander courtesy of the now middle-aged Gavin McGuinness. But then again, what do I know about punk rock? All in all, this sad group of flavourless Zionists would fill the ballroom with cheap tuxedos and red hats, boasting of great big walls before chanting Hillary for prison. Again, if only they knew.
Donald Trump is the first punk rock president we've ever had.
The right, they're the new edgy, they're the new counterculture. We're the ones pushing against the establishment right now, not the left.
Having now been fully ousted from Israel's red-pilled super friends, Baked was now flying solo and ready to be just about anywhere for that viral tag-along. Having been requested by his new friends at Pole to attend Shia LaBeouf's He Will Not Divide Us, an event where streams of unemployable lesbians would shriek anti-patriarchal babble into a webcam, Baked immediately flew to the East Coast, eager to participate. Soon enough, hordes of self-important e-celebs looking to trigger the libs on camera swarmed the event, each parroting the same pedestrian slogans lifted from dead 4chan message boards.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Such was Baked Alaska's remarkable satisfaction at his appearance that he'd spent the next few weeks conducting a series of head-patting interviews, describing in painful detail exactly how fucking cool this exclusive breed of YouTubing MAGA soldiers truly are.
So tell me about why you came all the way out to New York for the He Will Not Divide Us thing.
Yeah. So I flew out here from LA. I saw everything going on the stream, and it just got really crazy. And I saw that, Sam Hyde coming out here. Right. I saw that he announced that. And so right when Sam Hyde announced that he was coming out, and I saw a bunch of people from Pole that were shouting me out and wondering if I would appear, I'm like, I just need to manifest this into reality. This just needs to fucking happen. This is the most meta thing I've ever seen, and I'm a huge internet Pole, alt-right guy, so I'm I need to fucking be here.
Having now attracted his very own clout-chasing e-girl in jelly-breasted hammerhead Brittany Fenty, Baked would proceed to the ghastly layers of Compound Media for an appearance on the now defunct Gavin McGuinness show, again to discuss all things Hindu.
Divide us.
So you flew down for it?
I flew here from... I flew up from Los Angeles just to come out for this, and then I end up getting banned on the second day.
The pair was subsequently banned from Shire's event, leaving Baked Alaska head-scratching as to when the next E-Thot extravaganza will take place. And with yet more exposure to Hitlerian meme culture courtesy of his Discord server, Baked would continue in his efforts at securing the existence of our e-celebs and a future for retarded children. The Discord server was at this point dictating his every move, with Gione satisfying each and every whim of his trusty moderators. For Baked Alaska, this community served as a comforting hugbox in the wake of his excommunication from what his server perceived as alt-light fags bought and paid for by Netanyahu loyalists. Fortunately for the once aspiring mumble rapper, the next few months would earn him significant cachet within alt-right circles, and with those identifying as pro-Israel alt-lighters seemingly preoccupied with their PragerU and rebel media obligations, it fell to the likes of Baked Alaska to take to the streets and defend the white working man.
Peace offering! Peace offering! Peace offering, please! I want peace! Kendall Jenner did it and it worked! I want to have peace with you guys!
A series of freedom rallies would see Baked involved in a flurry of Civil War reenactment style skirmishes with leftist mob Antifa. Whether at Berkeley, Boston or DC, the MO pretty much remained the same. Announce you and your right-wing friends are to be storming the streets of some liberal shithole, turn up armed with red hats and tiki torches and scream "Jews will not replace us" in the middle of the day. Soon enough, swarms of masked teenagers wielding pepper spray canisters and bike locks would appear, giving the green light to mindless acts of violence and literally no ideological progress in any direction whatsoever.
Like him, I should feel guilty. I should bathe in
said
my white
nothing.
tears.
Said nothing close to that.
You should be ashamed. You should be proud of who you are. You should be proud of how you were born. No one can, you don't know
I'm proud of my accomplishments.
You should be proud of who you are, man.
I'm proud of my accomplishments in life.
Okay, so if someone's proud to be black, you think that's wrong? Yeah, guys.
It's
you
misguided.
think that's wrong to be proud to be black? Oh,
I didn't say anything.
Blindsided. You're a beta cuck. You're a communist, and you can get the fuck out of our country, bitch. You're a little bitch.
Accompanied by vigilante group The Oath Keepers, a collection of morbidly obese military LARPers offering protection to e-celebs, Baked would proceed in aggravating the mass of unhinged counter-protesters with relative latitude.
Well, the group is called, they're members of the Oath Keepers. They describe themselves as a nonpartisan organization of former U.S. military, law enforcement personnel dedicated to protecting the U.S. Constitution. Others have different labels for them. The Southern Poverty Law Center refers to them as a bit of an anti-government group with a militaristic bent.
Tony Foreman, widely seen as Baked Alaska's personal bodyguard at these retarded events, saw firsthand the risk in involving himself in such a ridiculous spectacle, following an attack that saw the rotund redhead stabbed 9 times. 2 Armenian assailants were heard screaming racial epithets in a parking lot following the near-fatal stabbing, highlighting to what insane lengths these pointless get-togethers inevitably reach. But rather than heed what was a clear foreshadowing of times to come, Baked would instead continue in his pursuit of 4chan acclaim. A speech at DC's Freedom Rally would cement the former BuzzFeeder as the new plaything of the alt-right.
And now all of a sudden, everyone's getting butthurt. Everyone's afraid to be called racist, to be called anti-Semitic, to be called all these names, and I think it's garbage.
Having now completed his metamorphism into right-wing street activist, Baked Alaska would spend the summer of 2017 playing the yin to Antifa's yang. Oblivious to the inherent pointlessness of it all, the slash-pole mouthpiece would mindlessly persist in his triggering of low-T radicals in balaclavas, hell-bent on bashing the fash.
You know, we see these Marxist ideologies. We see the communists coming into our schools, into academia, and we see all these problems that we have, and it is discouraging. I will be honest. It is rough to see. I never thought I would live in a country where I say I'm proud to be a white Christian male, and they say I'm racist. Okay? Can we say this? You should be proud of who you are. I don't care what you look like, what you believe. You should be proud of who you are.
But it was a rally in Charlottesville, Virginia in August 2017 that would put a necessary kibosh to all these outlandish events. Unite the Right saw the likes of Richard Spencer, Nick Fuentes, Faith Goldie, James Alsop, Eric Stryker and Mike Enoch attend the event in peaceful protest to the absurd removal of a statue of Robert E. Lee from Charlottesville's Lee Park. During one of his shows on the leather-faced pedophile network, Gavin McGuinness declined his invite, citing his unwillingness to be associated with neo-Nazis, and his foresight would be quickly affirmed following alarming scenes displaying Baked Alaska and friends carrying tiki torches whilst saluting the Fuhrer. Chants alluding to Israel's globalist blueprint of white replacement would bellow from the lungs of excitable YouTubers, with even Brittany Venti's bulbous sacks of chest fat occasionally seen wobbling amongst throngs of shirtless Proud Boys.
Contact. This is crazy. Hey, what's up, dude? What's up? What's up? Hey, how are you? This is absolutely crazy. Wait, son. What's up? Hey. You will not replace us! You will not replace us! You will not replace us! Holy shit! Woo! You will not replace us! People coming down the stairs. You will not replace us! You will not replace us! White lives matter! 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 Oh shit! Back up, back up, back up! You gotta get footage. Go right there. That's as far as you can go, okay.
Amongst the cries of blood and soil and White Lives Matter marched Baked Alaska, accompanied by a flock of opportunist content creators, each waving smartphones around like glow sticks whilst reporting on Antifa's every move to their devoted super chatters. But amongst the sheer exhilaration of walking up a street, serious trouble began to brew.
No racism in Charlottesville? Well then maybe you should get the fuck out of here later. Soy boys. Soy boys are here. Soy bodies are here. Let's get the fuck out of our country, bitches. Yeah, come up to me. Come up to me, bitch. Yeah, you won't. You won't. You're a pussy. We are taking this country back, guys. You should probably be in the middle. I should be in the middle. Okay, they're forming a wedge over here.
As tensions worsened, Baked Alaska's panic at potential violence towards him rose sharply. With those defending him otherwise engaged in sporadic melees of their own, Baked would be left increasingly isolated, faced with defending himself against a mob of rabid anti-fags. His big day out, however, would be comically cut short following an alleged pepper spraying of his face and eyes, rendering him incapacitated and in need of medical assistance. Or so he says. Baked Alaska would spend his final Charlottesville moments writhing around the grass and begging for milk, before riot police cleared the scene, declaring the gathering an unlawful assembly. And with bricks, firecrackers and even flaming aerosol cans being hauled across the Charlottesville skies, shutting the event down was perhaps the prudent move at the time.
Where's our people? We're surrounded. Whoa, I got sprayed. I just got fucking sprayed. I just got fucking pepper sprayed. Oh, fuck.
Dude, keep your eyes.
Oh, I got pepper spray. I got fucking pepper spray.
Thank you, guys. Keep moving.
I got fucking pepper spray. I need milk. I need milk. I need milk. I need milk. I got pepper spray. What the fuck? What the fuck? I need milk. I need milk. I need milk right now. What happened? I need milk. I got pepper spray. Help. 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 Milk right now, please. I got medic. Medic. Help. It's burning. It's bear mace. I know. Fuck. Bear mace to the eye. Straight to the eye.
Okay. Hold on. Hey, somebody grab it.
Help me.
No, that.
Calm down. You gotta breathe. Breathe. Help. Breathe.
You're good, Baked, alright? It just hurts like shit, dude.
It's okay. It's alright. Calm down.
It hurts like a motherfucker. You're gonna be okay.
I need to rub it.
No, you don't want to rub it, dude.
Help!
But the violent rhetoric was far from one-sided, with counter-protesters gleefully screaming, "Kill all Nazis," whilst throwing projectiles indiscriminately towards anybody in a red hat. Yet it was the actions of a certain James Fields Jr. following the forced shutdown of the rally that would be forever etched into the history books. Sitting in a silver Dodge Challenger, Fields, an adolescent with a history of mental illness, suddenly found himself surrounded by a gaggle of rampaging communists, with the maniacal crowd now beating on his vehicle with anything they could grab a hold of. James Fields, likely due to his acute social anxiety caused by severe autism, understandably panicked before attempting to drive off as fast as possible. Tragically, he ploughed right into a crowd of counter-protesters, contributing towards the unfortunate passing of Heather Heyer.
So if you were watching and you saw the car that was just that's destroyed in front of me, basically someone drove right through about 16 people into the back of that car, and then they went in reverse and fled. It's not clear whether that car is being pursued, whether they've arrested the driver. However, the people here tell me that it was intentional, and it seems like a lot of people are injured and potentially up to 2 critically injured. One was going under CPR and didn't appear to be successful.
Unfortunately, the obvious narrative following the tragedy was far too tantalising for those you-know-what's-in media to ignore. Heather Heyer was allegedly killed by a heartless Nazi hell-bent on wiping feminism from both the planet and his front windshield, one mowing down at a time. At least this was the testimony given by prosecutors seeking life in prison for James Fields. But regardless of clear mitigating circumstances leading up to Heather Heyer's untimely death, Charlottesville was a regrettable cross to bear for everybody involved.
Since January of 2017, the Department of Justice has indicted 32 defendants on hate crimes charges, and it has secured convictions against 31 individuals involved in hate crimes incidents. The Attorney General has emphasized that combating hate crimes is a pillar of the department's nationwide effort to eliminate violent crime.
The aftermath of Charlottesville left everybody on the right in a total panic. Suddenly there were fingers pointed, accusations flown, and disavowals aplenty. Those in attendance were understandably hit hardest, and given their presence was seen as a key ingredient to rising tensions at the rally, it was them who were first fed to the wolves. And with Christopher Cantwell bawling his little eyes out at the prospect of facing 2 years in jail following his alleged use of pepper spray, those on the alt-right had finally stopped winning.
I'm armed. I do not want violence with you. All right? I'm terrified. I'm afraid you're going to kill me. I really am. All right? So, just let's do this however we need to do it. You know, if I got to go to jail today, you know, it won't be the fucking first time. All right? I don't want to. I don't think I should. I think I honestly believe that I've been law-abiding, and I've been engaged in violence. I have. There's no question about it, and I've done nothing to hide that.
As for those alt-like boomers Gavin McGuinness and Mike Cernovich, well, they were far too busy wrapped up in "I told you so's" to shoulder any of the actual blame. And despite their reluctance to join the festivities being more about Nazi optics in the face of their Zionist benefactors than actual safety concerns, they were still smart enough not to go.
When I first heard of it back in May and June, was all about we want to oppose taking down statues. They want to take down the Robert E. Lee statue. Let's fight that, and everyone from the right should be there. You know, it's let's unite conservatives. Sounds good. Then it started morphing into something much worse, and I said, I'm out. I want to make sure Proud Boys have nothing to do with it. Make sure our name isn't on the flyer. I'm not going. Disavow, disavow, disavow. Some guy said, why? Believing the rhetoric, right, of this sort of ethereal notion of right to free speech, peaceful assembly. No, this is not what's happening on the ground. This is getting ugly.
Despite claiming to have potentially suffered permanent eye damage following his purported mace attack, Baked Alaska's incredible recovery had forums abuzz with accusations of foul play. Bizarrely, nobody standing around GNA at the time seems to have been affected whatsoever by the attack, whilst Baked himself seemed perfectly fine the next day. As it stands, following his involvement with the optics abortion that was Charlottesville, Baked Alaska was left with a complete PR shitstorm no amount of milk could soothe. Before long, the walls around the Third Reich activist would close in, leaving a despairing Baked begging his former E-friends to put their differences aside and reunite against the left.
I encourage people to unite against the left, and even if we don't agree on everything, I encourage people really to put our differences aside for a little bit. Imagine if me, Milo, Mike Cernovich, and Bill Mitchell teamed together. Imagine what we could do. Imagine the damage we could do to the left. That's what we did during the election, right?
Elsewhere, Baked Alaska's compounding issues around his eroding brand would only worsen following one of the dumbest legal threats in judicial history. After photoshopping himself with a gun pointing towards the screen with the caption, "Get in bitch, we are saving the world," he would later claim @AJ Plus had themselves photoshopped the image in order to defame him, before claiming a big lawsuit is on the way. Luckily for the half-baked Alaskan, his ability to tweet stupid shit would be charitably removed, following yet another purge of accounts belonging to who Twitter deems alt-right neo-Nazis. Jared Taylor, Brad Griffin and Baked Alaska would be ceremoniously booted from the platform, whilst Richard Spencer, Jason Kessler and James Alsop were callously stripped of their precious blue checkmarks. Oh, the humanity. Baked responded to the suspension in the only way he knew how, by throwing a 9-hour tantrum in a fast food parking lot. This would mark an absurd peak in a history of Baked Alaskan self-owns.
There's absolutely nothing, no reason why I got suspended. I haven't even tweeted for close to 2 days. Go look at my account. Haven't tweeted for 2 days. I just woke up, my Twitter account doesn't work, it says you're permanently suspended. How am I gonna get my account back? How am I gonna get my freaking account back? My account, 200,000 followers, was just permanently suspended for no freaking reason.
Now at his lowest point, Shione was forced to abandon his Californian dream and move back up north to the cold desolation of Alaska. And with no fellow YouTubing superstars to orbit, Baked was faced with yet another of his now famous rebrands. Meanwhile, with fist-fighting leftists in traffic off the table for now, the online right needed a place to reassert their ideological might. And with stuttering nipple burner Andy Warski making serious bank platforming self-admitted white separatists on his Warski live show, Baked would stumble across his most inspired plan yet. Do exactly the same as Andy.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Baked Alaska show. It is your host, Mr. Baked Alaska. How are you guys doing? Welcome. So we have an exciting show today. Sorry about the background. I am sort of in the middle of moving here to a new place, and so things are a little wrapped up.
The Baked Alaska experience, another borrowed masterstroke, saw Baked Alaska attempting to moderate a series of discussions he rarely understood. In a phenomenon known as internet blood sports, the very best in YouTube's personal or political disagreements could play out to thousands of rabid super chatters. And with deserting trailer dweller Tonka Saw on mornings and an alcoholic ball of fat for late nights, the absurd demand for mindless e-dramatics could now be fully satisfied.
You know, there were some stupid people there, of course, I would agree with that, but there was also some good people there.
Wait, wasn't Charlottesville the literal, like, Nazis that...
Are you joking? I can't tell if you're being serious.
Wait, I thought that... I'm pretty sure Charlottesville had literal self-described...
It was not a Nazi rally, no.
Wait, are you sure about this?
I'm positive, yeah, I was there. Were you there?
I wasn't there, but every article that I read on this described it, and I think the organizers were...
Yes, you read fake news, Destiny. That's what happened.
The rules to moderating internet blood sports were fairly simple. Number 1, lie to the participants. Make it appear as though this is nothing more than a simple opportunity for a healthy beef squash. Number 2, immediately take the side of whoever the chat hates least, regardless of who's actually winning. Number 3, invite an indiscriminate number of regulars to needlessly pile on, then play dumb as to how on earth they got there. Number 4, completely disrupt the flow of debate every so often in order to pound through the super chats, thus encouraging further pay piggery. And number 5, check your DMs, Jim wants in.
There's simply no counter to that. There is simply no counter to the fact that in 2 separate elections, blacks went more than 95%.
Oh, baby Nick Fuentes! Look how young he was. Look at how much of a baby Nick Fuentes was back in the days, guys. God damn. He was so little. Yeah, he was, by the way, that's definitely the same bedroom he was doing his show in up until like 2019. Like late. Maybe even last year, 2020. Nick was definitely still living in his mom's fucking basement. Or his childhood bedroom. Jesus Christ. What a documentary.
Like them. RC, they've been here for 400 years. When's the assimilation going to happen? How long do we have to wait for them to go 40 for one and 60 for the other, 50 for one? These are dictator margins.
It was as though internet blood sports was designed precisely to Baked Alaska's exact specifications. It allowed him to flirt with the ethno-nationalists and race realists and yet remain fairly neutral. It also catered to his tendencies in involving himself with petty internet drama. But most important of all, IBS came with it an endless flow of voluntary donations without the need to work some sort of manipulative angle. And providing Baked Alaska could find somebody stupid enough to jump in and play lightning rod for the chat's relentless abuse for 3 hours, he was home free.
Did you show a picture of her, or was it you just said his mom is a Democrat?
I think I took a screenshot of one of her pictures, and like I said, this was months ago, but you can Google it.
Yeah. I would not like that. If someone posted a picture of my mom,
his mom,
I would fucking.
Are you fucking?
I would explode on you.
But he and his buddies over at the Right Stuff, they're constantly doxing people. They're constantly harassing people and calling them on the show.
So you did it. Wait. So you did it to teach him a fucking lesson?
Not to teach him a lesson, but
like, hey, I can put your mother's information up. Didn't you just tell us about how hard it was to be a single woman on the internet and you get all these death threats and all this shit thrown at you? And then you put his fucking mom's picture out. You know what was going to happen. You're not dumb.
But it's not, I'm not giving her number out. I'm not giving her address out.
Here's a picture of this hated guy's mother. Go find her. Are you kidding me?
As the Charlottesville dust began to settle, Baked Alaska's ability to reach out to those he had once associated with put him in a unique position within the internet bloodsports community. And after somehow platforming a discussion between white nationalist Jared Taylor and the quite wonderful Tariq Nasheed, it turned out the rise, fall and rise again of Baked Alaska really was a story for the ages.
Then if we pick out the most powerful people on the planet, then we can be sure they're white supremacists?
Yes, most of them, yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Or suspected white supremacists.
the black violent crime rate is no higher than the white rate. Let's just leave it at that, because you appear to believe that, and I find that fascinating. But I think there are other things that are actually rather more interesting.
But the black crime rate has always been high because blackness is itself a crime.
So you're telling me that the entire globe was dominated by Africans, and they had this honor system by black people, yes, black people. And they had this honor system. They were trusting, wonderful, simple friends of the earth. And then along came these white people, and they, although they're a tiny minority, they tricked and hoodwinked and deceived them into a status of inferiority. Is that your view?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
100.
In fact, such was the success of Baked Alaska's rebound that he even managed to contribute towards Sargon of Akkad's meteoric downfall, following a deserved pushing back against the Milkshake Kid, more of which you can learn by watching the wildly celebrated documentary The Sargonian Effect.
Sargon, you are a laughingstock of the internet right now because you are intellectually dishonest. It's not the alt-right, it's the whole internet. I was a fan of you, Sargon. I was a big fan of you. I was a big fan of you.
Anything.
You need to get off your high horse, Sargon. I want you to succeed.
To anything that I'm saying, you don't understand what I'm trying to
You
put.
need to stop
forward
having
to.
this smug attitude about everything. We want to like you. We want to engage with you.
I don't care if you like
You
me.
don't
or
care.
not.
I'm not talking about
interested
me.
in
I'm
what's
speaking.
true.
I'm speaking for the entire internet. This is what the entire internet thinks.
I'm sure that you are the voice of the entire internet.
I am the voice of the internet.
As the kind of guy forever in hot pursuit of fresh opportunity, making money hand over fist for what essentially was old rope from the confines of his own lodgings was still not enough for Baked Alaska. Before long, his eyes were once again drawn to the rancid, shit-riddled streets of Los Angeles. In another desperate shot of E-famed faggotry, Baked would prepare himself for perhaps the most striking of personality shifts to date, after modelling his new career change on the spaghetti-armed antics of Ice Poseidon. Baked Alaska was now, for all intents and purposes, an in-real-life streamer, meaning he would spend his days patrolling the streets of LA, scripting retarded drama and armed with a selfie stick and a Bluetooth speaker. He would then receive a flurry of racist text-to-speech donations, enthusiastically informing passers-by of his hatred for Jews and N people.
Also, give shout out to Kronos and American Pie, Pride, and T-Clips.
Yeah,
You're gonna have a lot of clips after today.
Shout out to Billy the Anti-Bully.
This is some Jake Paul shit. Ban them.
Baked Alaska's IRL career would kick off in style with the help of fellow IBS alumni Andy Warski, with the pair being quickly detained by police, deeming their attention-starved faggotry far too much even for Los Angeles. As it happens, playing Fuck Kike's Race War Now on an endless loop through your Bluetooth speaker sends random bystanders into quite the tizzy. Who'd have thought?
I love the cops, and I appreciate your service. I'm a big patriot, and I support what you guys do. I back the Blue Lives Matter. So if that means anything, thank you.
You actually have a channel about that. That's actually
Yeah. No, I made a song called "We Love Our Cops, Our Law Enforcement. We love our military there in Porto."
Fresh from his righteous hang with Andy, it didn't take Baked Alaska long to find himself a new best friend. Sweet Erin, a highly medicated valley girl and all-round radioactive plasma thought, quickly attached herself to Baked, often appearing on stream uncomfortably close to a clearly sexually frustrated Q&A.
Can't take this alone. What sick people are...
As Baked continued to orbit himself into oblivion, his once based and red-pilled chat began to turn hard. To them, Baked was now a shameless cuckold who'd sold himself to the vapid world of West Coast soylebrity. And in surrounding himself with copy and paste leeches and vacuous e-girls, usually on stream, his chat just may have had a point. To make matters worse, he was soon inducted into Ice Poseidon's CX network, joining a desperate roster of vacant clout chasers.
What's their Instagram?
Yeah. Guys, you need to summon the girls. Summon the girls here. We need the girls to show up.
Why am I here, dude?
You're here to see your friend.
I am. I love you.
I love you, dude.
I loved you, Baked Alaska.
I love you too. Dude, you defended me the other day on the stream. You're like, you're not an anti-centipede.
And I appreciate that.
You're not. You're
I know.
You're not. I mean,
I'm just like a regular dude, and these SJWs come after me all the time.
His Hollywood capers soon caught the attention of his old friends in Bloodsports, with Mr. Metica appearing in Baked Alaska's chat to mercilessly ridicule his new direction. In a matter of months, the former right-wing activist had completely shed his alt-right skin, and was now seemingly embedded in the trivial world of LA bro shenanigans courtesy of the CX network.
Hey, what's up? I wonder if those dudes know he's gonna try and fuck them after his meth trucker experience. Baked is a changed man. Pray for them. Hey, what's up, Jim? What's going on, dude? Nice to see you. Nice to see you in the chat. All right.
Oh, I met Jim. Hi, Jim. Is that the Asian girl that's on Discord 24/7?
Yeah. Why don't we go get some girls from the street corner?
You want to go live stream on the street? Those are called hookers.
Respond to Jim. What did Jim say? I don't see it.
Yeah.
He'll have to say it again, or you guys have
Who's
to tell
Jim?
me.
They keep on mentioning Jim.
Jim is a cool dude. Thank you, Terrence, for the
Is he one
sub.
of your moderators?
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
He's a cool dude.
Now that's fucking based. Jim is our lord. Put Jim on stream. Okay, where is?
Yeah, who's Jim?
Nikita's stream waiting room.
Yeah, you guys have to wait. Yeah,
Mr.
we're gonna wait
Mediker.
forever. Hey, catch me on Snapchat though. XXX
Oh, he
Baked
said.
Alaska. XXX.
He said she is coming. Hey, something baked has never been able to say before.
Ah.
Congrats. Oh,
Yo, guys, we just talked about Baked
Cringe
version,
Alaska.
dude.
Yeah. It just keeps getting gayer and gayer. Yeah. Yeah. This might as well just call this gay stream at this point. Jim is gonna clip. No, Jim better not clip that shit.
And from there, things would only get weirder for LA's newest E-celeb, with Baked Alaska now assembling himself a crack team of kudos-latching parasites in their never-ending quest for what some might consider content.
99% sure she wants to hang out with me, and you guys were not being.
Wait, hold on, is that Chagget?
Dude, that's my.
What?
I don't. I don't think you know who Erin is.
Apparently not.
She's been like hanging out on my streams all week.
Oh, are you getting with her? What? Oh my god. Like.
Oh, all right.
Well, then I won't.
But he's trying to get with her. A lot of people are trying to get with her.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could.
He's even. I don't.
If you don't want me to, I can respect that. You know. But
Do I like Erin? I mean, I'm just friends with her. Like.
What incarnation? When I asked if I could have her number, she was like, yes.
Stop fighting over a thought. Yeah.
Oh wow.
No more brother wars.
Hey, dialogue.
He's not a brother.
Erin's watching the stream.
He's not a brother.
She's watching this? Yeah.
Yeah, she is. Uh-oh.
Yeah, somebody just told me that.
She just watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh well.
With the chat now actively working towards seeing him fall, celebrity life for Baked Alaska was proving to be a lot harder than he once thought. And with Gione having alienated his base, the only entertainment value for those left watching was in attempting to trigger Baked into some sort of spiralling meltdown. And on April 17th, 2018, they achieved just that, forcing Baked Alaska, the far-right Antifa-bashing free speech warrior, to attack his own chat for toxic speech.
Baked sold out to the Jews. Okay. Anyone who has a problem with me hanging out with Jewish friends or Jewish people, you're or like if I have a black friend over, they're like, oh, Black Alaska, like just shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get a Star of David like tatted on my neck, just to piss you guys off, because it's so annoying.
You're
Holy
acting
shit.
insane, and you are acting so. It's boring. Do you understand? Stop.
Stop whining on the internet. Oh, the Jews. You sound like the fucking black people that are like, oh, Whitey's holding me down. Thank you, Nick, for the sub.
Victim.
You know, like the blacks that play the victim card. And they're like, oh, Whitey's holding me down. Oh, Keep the positive vibe in the chat, okay? Yeah, come on, John Gold. Come on. We need you mods to
step it up.
Step it up, mods. I've put my life on the line, okay? I've like, you know, I could have kept everyone who says Cooked Alaska, okay? I could have stayed at BuzzFeed, kept my good salary, shut my fucking mouth, and never talked about anything political ever. I would expect that you guys would respect me in my chat, and we would have a good time here, okay? So, show some respect back, please. Okay? I would appreciate that. And I would appreciate if my mods would be good mods and also uphold that spirit in the chat and not just like this gets sadder every day. Okay, dude, just leave. Just leave. Baked, you're gay. You'll never get with a girl. Blah blah blah. You're a faggot. And then I have a hot girl over. Baked. The pussy's changing you, Baked. The pussy's changing. Can we stop this nonsense?
Pussy is powerful, apparently, according to you.
A lot of influencers that are doing a lot of good things are really annoyed with the toxic people. We don't want them in our communities. We're like, we don't want you around if you're being toxic, okay?
To further escalate the fast-growing hostility aimed towards his big fat head, Baked Alaska took the fight to drama clip channel Kronos, snapping at the archiver for almost no reason whatsoever.
Hey, Kronos, You cannot come on my channel and spam promoting another channel. That's a really shitty, snaky thing. Please stop doing that, man. That's really stupid.
Once again, Mr. Metica was quick to jump in, questioning whether unironically labelling oneself an influencer was the best way to combat a chat of easily bored 8chaners. Accompanied by an entourage of totally for real autists, Baked was immediately put on the back foot with Metica, or Jim as he's sometimes referred, claiming correctly that he had lost touch and sold out.
I don't know what you're doing, mister. I don't want toxicity. I don't want bad things in my chat. How's that working out, fag? Look at the other channel. Look at the other channel with thousands of people fucking watching, making a shit ton of money because they got something interesting. How's the hug box working out for you, Bake?
What's a hug box?
That's what you find yourself in the center of it, in right now, mister. I don't like toxicity.
I don't.
Problematic language. I'm an influencer. You ain't influencing shit tonight, buddy.
Okay.
I thought I was supposed to be entertaining.
It is entertaining.
The least entertaining thing I've ever seen.
Holy shit.
I don't think.
Baked, would you do me a favor and tell Sally O'Malley from the Valley and Cali to shut her fucking mouth so the men can talk?
Yeah, no, she just said this is the most boring shit. Now you're hating on my shit? I was a little worried. I overreacted. I want people to be in my community and have fun. So I made the mistake. I apologize. And I've been getting back to having fun and not like trying to be someone I'm not. I'm being myself now. So
yeah, but Baked, it comes off as disingenuous because you never had a problem with that before. You had people posting shit like that in your chat for years. It never was an issue before.
Yeah,
but it was once Aaron showed up that suddenly it became an issue for you. Once a little bit of pussy came in the picture, suddenly it became an issue for you.
The intervention quickly turned into a full-bore screaming match, with those watching treated to a rare sight.
Shag it front and center.
Indeed, Jim losing his cool. In Jim's defense, it was generally felt that Baked had accumulated his following largely due to his alt-right campaign against far-left terrorists and alt-light shills. So to see him now playing patacake with the Wilmington Leech Squad in hopes of cross-streaming with Sam fucking Pepper was a huge smack in the face to his declining supporter base. And with Baked Alaska's blind indifference to criticism only isolating him further, it appeared his brief comeback was finally over.
I love you, Jim, but guess what? You're fucking anonymous. I'm in the streets getting attacked by Antifa. I love you, but just I go through a lot of stress.
No. You chose to put yourself there, Baked. You could have made any video you wanted. You could be a Let's Player. You could do a cooking channel.
Yeah, and guess what? You would shit on me for that. You would shit on me for that. But guess what?
Did I shit on you for that? No, I shit on you for turning on your fucking audience when it became convenient, you Hollywood sellout.
I told my audience.
You shit on your audience because it was convenient and you wanted money, Baked. And it comes through crystal fucking clear that you did that. Came out crystal fucking clear that you turned on them because it became convenient.
Well, then why are you watching my content?
I'm not going to be watching your content anymore, Baked. I'm not going to be watching it if you're a fucking sellout. I have no interest in watching disingenuous shit.
I'm a sellout because I'm fighting for our country and Antifa's.
Oh yeah, sing me the song of your people.
Wait,
yeah. I'm going to ban people in chat because it's toxic. Oh, I didn't really mean it. But I'm a freedom fighter because I'm out talking about Antifa. Fuck off.
Why don't you show your fucking face?
Oh, okay. Hey, good luck, asshole, with your channel, Baked. Nobody's going to fucking watch it. And you get down in mediocrity. In mediocrity where you belong, you fucking sellout asshole. Have fun with E-Thot. Have fun with your LA friends. Let's see how well it works out for you. Let's see how well it works out for you, you fucking cunt.
On an amusing side note, unconfirmed reports surfaced stating Dylan, the troglodyte in the grey polo shirt, was a meth-headed maybe pederast convicted of possession for voluntarily handing over his stash at a traffic stop. Furthermore, his father had apparently written a book outlining his son's severe autism. As posited by Greek fable maker Aesop, a man is known by the company he keeps.
Yo, you don't like it, unsubscribe. Yeah, if you don't want to watch.
Wait a second. It's been a long time since I've seen this. Jacket's dad wrote a book about living with his son's autism. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wow. This is the greatest. This is the greatest. This is the fucking greatest shit of all time. I need to see this again.
Mediocrity. In mediocrity where you belong, you fucking sellout asshole. Have fun with E-Thot. Have fun with your LA friends. Let's see how well it works out for you. Let's see how well it works out for you, you fucking cunt.
On an amusing side note, unconfirmed reports surfaced stating Dylan, the troglodyte in the grey polo shirt, was a meth-headed maybe pederast convicted of possession for voluntarily handing over his stash at a traffic stop. Furthermore, his father had apparently written a book outlining his son's severe autism. As posited by Greek fable maker Aesop, a man is known by the company he keeps.
Yo, you don't like it, unsubscribe. Yeah, if you don't want to watch, we're not forcing you to watch.
Oh, that is the worst. What are you doing? You told me you wanted growth. You told me you wanted to grow your channel and get an audience. And then once you grow your channel...
Wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. Is this hold on. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Hold on. Oh my God. It's him.
You can decide for yourself after reading this, but I tend to think I'm a pretty interesting guy. Very few boring things have ever happened to me. So what you've got here is not going to be everything I wanted to tell you. There was so much juicy content left on the cutting room floor just because I didn't want to put out a book the size of the Quran. The good news is...
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I just snotted all over my hoodie. Oh my god. Fuck's sakes.
If you like what you see here, there's plenty more where these stories came from. And I can tell you that the ones left out are all important to me. So that means there is someone out there with autism, or a parent, educator, or counselor who would relate to and benefit from every story I have to tell. So, here's what I need you to do. Follow me on social media. I'm at Real Dylan Volk everywhere. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter.
Oh, let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Twitter real quick. Holy shit. Oh my god. Wow. Let's hear it. Hold on.
When sophomore year started, we were cautiously optimistic that things would go okay. We were cautiously optimistic because we never knew what would be around the next corner. But freshman year had gone by without too many major glitches. Academically, Dylan was doing well. He seemed to have a good connection with the teacher in the special education room, Mr. Townsend. And socially, he was surviving, which is not really success in any way, but he was navigating the challenging high school food chain the best he could. The problem was, of course, that he was barely on the food chain. It's one thing to be on the top of the high school food chain, where you're a star of something in some way, or when you're considered valuable in the eyes of the other high school students. But there are very few kids who fall into that category. There are very few captains of the football team, stars of the soccer team, or head cheerleader, which in Scarborough is not really considered the top of the food chain. In Scarborough, to be popular, you have to play sports. So a girl who's the star of the soccer team is of higher value than the captain of the cheerleading squad. And then there are the majority of the kids in school who fall in the middle rank somewhere. If there's a school with 1,000 students, there would be a significant bell curve with the most popular on one side, the least popular on the other side, and the bulk of the students in the middle. Dylan's problem was that he didn't fall anywhere on that bell curve. If anything, he was on the low popularity side. But to him, he felt that he was below the least popular kids, that he was completely unnoticed altogether. And sometimes, that's the worst place to be. Even unpopular kids are noticed or have other friends who are in the same boat as they are. It only takes one or two friends to feel that you have some place where you're cared for. Dylan really didn't have anybody at the school that cared whether he showed up the next day or not, and that's an extremely difficult place to be. As a parent, it's brutal to watch your child experience it. We knew all along that if he could just find one friend, one person that liked him for whom he was, it would make such a difference. He didn't find that person in his sophomore year. As a result, he slipped further into despair. Although it was never clinically diagnosed, He was probably suffering from clinical depression. I remember many times when he was younger, therapists would say, "I think Dylan's depressed." Amy and I would say, "Well, overall, he has a pretty good attitude about things, given the fact that he has no friends, no social life, and no real hobbies that give him a lot of joy. So why wouldn't he be a little depressed? Wouldn't you be?" In fact, most people, given the circumstances that Dylan faced throughout his life, would be much more depressed than Dylan ever was. I've mentioned this before, but his optimism was sometimes beyond what was reasonable. He felt like things would always turn out better, eventually. But then we reached October of his sophomore year, where nothing seemed to be going right. And Dylan lost, or seemed to have lost, the most important thing that we all need to keep going during tough times.
His smile?
And that's hope.
Oh.
He seemed to have no hope that things were going to get better.
Oh my God.
I remember going in and saying goodnight to him one night, and it was more than one night that this happened, but I remember him looking at me and saying, "When you come in the morning, don't be surprised to see me hanging from the ceiling fan."
What?
I said, "Dylan, why would you say something like that?" He quickly responded, "Why wouldn't I? Every day I wake up seems to be worse than the day before. Nothing is getting better. It's just getting worse and worse." Terrified he would actually hurt himself, Amy and I took all the wires and belts out of his room before he went to sleep that night. We took them out of his computer, the outlets, even the bathrobe belt he had hanging on his bathroom door was hidden away from him. He had talked about suicide in the past, but on this night, it seemed to be more than just an idle threat or a reach for attention.
Is this a chapter?
He was getting to the point where he wasn't a kid anymore, and we couldn't take these kinds of threats lightly in any way. Amy and I didn't know what to do. We were at our wits' end as to what our next step should be. Sometimes, God puts people in a certain place, at a certain time, to do or say just the right thing that changes your life. I met someone who changed the course for our lives only a couple of days after that terrifying night.
What the fuck? What a public roasting of your kid. What an utter public dressing down of your child. Look, all of it may be true, but fucking Christ, to just publicly, yeah, you know what? And he also shit the bed. Little fucking weirdo. Me and his mom, we were like, yeah, we probably got to get rid of all these belts. Fucker should kill himself. He's got nothing going for him. We bought him a guitar. Aren't these wet brain retards supposed to be able to be good at like music or math or something? Got him a piano. It's collecting dust. Got his math textbooks on him. Can't do 2 + 2. Dylan can't read. We got one of the stupid autistic ones. What a public dressing down. Jesus Christ. Ruthless. That's a ruthless, even if it's all true, ruthless take by his dad. I'm going to write a book under our family name. Dylan, I'm going to mention your name. I'm going to mention that no one liked you in school. I'm going to talk about how you were depressed and that you had no hobbies, that you were good at nothing, and that you threatened to kill yourself when you were already 15. Dylan, I'm going to tell every story about how you were a piece of shit child. How you've been a disappointment for your entire lifetime. This isn't really a self-help book. This is more just venting. Exactly. Fucking just Christ. Oh my God.
Mediocrity. In mediocrity where you belong, you fucking sellout asshole. Have fun with the thought. Have fun with your LA friends. Let's see how well it works out for you.
Look at him. Look at that stupid look on his face. I'm gonna write an addendum to the book denouncing my child now that he's hanging out with this baked Alaska fella. I mean, look at him. Look at him. Look at how retarded he is. All the buttons up on this polo. Look at that shirt. Look at him. He's the cleanest mess I've ever seen.
Let's see how well it works out for you, you fucking cuck.
On an amusing side note, unconfirmed reports surfaced stating Dylan, the troglodyte in the grey polo shirt, was a meth-headed maybe pederast convicted of possession for voluntarily handing over his stash at a traffic stop. Furthermore, his father had apparently written a book outlining his son's severe autism. As posited by Greek fable maker Aesop, a man is known by the company he keeps.
Man, what type of shit that is? Yo, if you don't like it, unsubscribe. Yeah, if you don't want to watch, we're not forcing you to watch.
Oh, that is the worst. What are you doing? You told me you wanted growth. You told me you wanted to grow your channel and get an audience. And then once you grow your channel and start to get an audience, you turn around and say,
I'm just here for cocaine. And now we're just yelling after doing one line of cocaine. I'm afraid of how things are going to be after the third line of cocaine. I just wanted to do cocaine and maybe suck his dick. I don't want to be gang raped by Chaggett. Can we just do more cocaine and stop talking to this guy? If you don't have Hulu, I can give you my password, Baked.
say we don't fucking need you, unsubscribe. Do you think that's smart?
If you're dissing us, if you're throwing salt in our game.
In your game? What the fuck are you talking?
Yo, sorry, someone in the background is talking to you.
No one unsubscribe.
Dylan, stop.
A Warski livestream the following day had Baked Alaska once again facing off with Mr. Metica, batting away further criticism towards his new anti-toxic stance as an IRL influencer. And with Hollywood Alaska now trading his old manager, a balding swindler known as Scuffed Steve Jobs, for a shapeless 4 out of 10 Mexican named Samaria, it was clear the walls of the Baked camp were beginning to crumble. The stream began in typical Fool's fashion, especially following the arrival of Mr. Metica. For example, it was revealed that Baked had previously forced wheelchair-bound streamer Teft Patton to send show ideas or suggestions that he himself had asked for to his fucking Streamlabs as a monetary donation.
Well, and you bring up like toxicity in your chat. I want to bring up toxicity of hosts. Teft brought up an interesting point. You were asking people for clips so you could play it on your show because you want content when you're running late in the morning, whatever. I mean, it's like a 4-hour stream, you needed shit to talk about or watch.
Right.
He put up a clip for you, spammed it 10 times in the chat. You looked at it and said, great, put that through Streamlabs. So you ask a guy to go do something for you and he does it for you, but you're not going to accept it. Teft. You're not going to, you're a mod on your fucking stream. So you're not going to take the fucking link from
I don't remember that. I don't remember that.
Yeah, okay, but
there's a lot of...
Right,
no,
right, but
no, I like that. There's a lot of things going. There's a lot of things going on in the chat, and there's a lot.
Let him finish. Big, let him finish.
You told him to put it. You saw it, and then said, "Great, put it into Streamlabs." So you want him to pay you money to do the thing you asked him to do. How's that not taking advantage of your fucking audience?
Dude, I don't know what you're talking about.
What he's saying is, you asked Teft to find something.
I did not ask
you said
specifically anything.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I don't. Sometimes I'll ask someone to do something. So many things will be going on. All the chat's going crazy. I've given wrenches to like 100 people. I'm sorry. I can't keep track of everything. Okay.
Those in the stream would also confront Sweet Erin, the attention-starved pill whore Baked Alaska had for weeks been drawling over to no avail, pressing for her thoughts on Baked as a romantic prospect. As it happens, even if she was single, which she was not, he'd apparently be hard-pressed for as much as a quick sympathy tug. Now, if only there was a word for that thing where you orbit a woman that has absolutely no interest in you whatsoever and proceeds to fuck other men with no regard to your feelings.
Okay, Baked Alaska's imploding right now, and this chick is loving every second of the spotlight.
It's beautiful, Mr. Mitaker. You know what's happening right now, Mr. Mitaker?
What's happening?
You cannot take it that there's a girl who throws better than you.
Oh.
I don't know if I'd call it being a troll or being a whore. If you know how sensitive Baked is, and you know that he has feelings for you because he keeps talking about how complicated it is, that he doesn't know if he's dating Aaron or not, but he definitely seems to like to try to guard against other guys showing an interest. Then why are you leading him around by his dick? Why are you sitting on his lap? Why are you acting flirtatious with him? It just seems like You're throwing pussy in his face that he's never going to tap.
The remainder of the stream would meander between Mr. Metzger poking and prodding at Baked Alaska's fragile ego, and Tonka and Warski for some reason offering what appeared to be career advice. As expected, Baked wriggled and squirmed, presenting a series of misguided rationalizations, such as the ludicrous suggestion that turning on your fan base fulfills some sort of IRL quota for dope content.
I want to say to Jim, I did not turn on my fans. You are making a false narrative with Ralph Retort and these other faggots. I never turned on my
pull the
fans.
clips out of my ass?
Let me fucking finish.
I'll let
buddy.
you finish when you stop spouting bullshit. Anybody can go to Chrono's channel and watch the videos. It's Baked Alaska versus his chat.
No,
There's
listen.
40 minutes of it.
Okay, so I will be clear of what I said to my chat. I banned about 8 to 10 people. I don't want people saying things like kill niggers, kill Jews. I'm so sorry that I don't want that. As
Unless
far
it's
as
a super chat, right?
No, if someone does it, no, I don't want inciting violence.
Would you say, in your mind, deeply, do you believe that you have let a part of your audience believe that you were someone that you were not?
I absolutely do not believe that. Have my beliefs evolved and changed over time? Do I have nuance with my beliefs? Yes, absolutely.
I think what he's doing is pure faggotry, and I'm sick of seeing people.
Okay, so what am I doing? What's faggotry? What's faggotry that I'm doing?
Where they become sellouts. I'm sick and tired.
What's faggot?
I'm sick of this red pill shit that these fuckers promote, and then they turn around and ditch it when it's convenient. Faggot! Let me finish talking, you
yes
fucking
or no?
annoying
Would you
sellout
want people
cunt.
to say that in your chat?
Baked, have I ever banned anybody for saying it? Is that good enough for an answer?
Would you?
Yeah, I have no problem. People can say whatever the fuck they want.
Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah, because I'm not a bitch. I don't ban, I don't block. I'm not a pussy that hides like you, Baked.
Okay, well, that's fine.
They can say whatever they want. They can call me a faggot. They can scream nigger until they're blue in the face. I've never blocked or banned anybody in my chats on my streams that do way bigger than yours, buddy.
Okay. Yes,
so I don't know who your manager is who's telling you that's problematic for your brand because they're fucking retarded.
But it was events the following day that would essentially put Baked out to pasture for good. The Morning Kumite, an internet radio show ran by an indigenous meth addict, hosted the latest in Bloodsport's fag battles, with Baked Alaska pitted against a gelatinous Zanhead of the RalphRetort.com.
You're thirsting after a spick who won't even give you the pussy. You're thirsting after some fucking crack whore who won't give you the pussy. Not only will she not give you the pussy, you're getting cucked in front of thousands of fucking people. That's how fucking pathetic you are, dude. Fucking kill yourself, faggot. That's how fucking pathetic you are.
You're telling me
a crack whore won't suck your dick. Not only will she not suck your dick, she's making fun of you in front of everybody else. She's laughing at you. She's going on other shows laughing at you, dude. That's what's so fucking hilarious.
Ralph is mad. Oh, Ralph is funny. Mad.
It's serious. Like, wow.
I get lots of pussy. You have no idea.
Oh, is that right?
No idea what I did.
All I know is there's about 500 videos of you getting cucked.
Okay, so
there's a video of you trying to hit on a 13-year-old and you got cucked by a 13-year-old.
Let me get this right. Okay,
you got cucked by some bitch you were trying to walk home and...
Wait, hold on.
She's like, wow, this dude's creepy as fuck, and she just walked the other direction.
You've been watching a lot of my videos, man.
It's fucking hilarious. Of course I've been watching them. What I like to laugh. You bring joy to my life. Of course I'm gonna watch them. Actually, Baked, I'm glad you mentioned Black Lives Matter because you are a confirmed supporter of Black Lives Matter. You used to work for BuzzFeed. There are all kinds of tweets where you're fucking Black Lives Matter's cock. So who are you to fucking try to use that line, dude? Your whole fucking career is a fraud. You went from Black Lives Matter to fucking gas the Jews to God, now we can't say this type of thing anymore. You're a fucking fraud. Your whole career is fraudulent.
Then why did you rate the fucking...
You do is a fucking fraud, dude.
Amongst the chaos of uncontrollable screeching, Baked Alaska would accuse Andy Warski of being a cokehead, alluding to the fact he may have snorted a line or two during their earlier LA adventures. Andy responded angrily by claiming Baked had shared certain privileged information pertaining to a high-profile streamer, potentially supplying Class A drugs before threatening to drop a bomb on Baked if further provoked.
And you know who does do drugs? You guys want to know who actually does drugs?
Who?
In here? No. It's someone in here. You guys want to know?
Who is it?
Oh, I don't know. Why don't you guys guess?
If you want to take my advice, then take it. If you don't, then don't. But I believe that if you did what I said to do, that you'd be in a way better spot, and I think you could still fix it if you do that.
Well, good.
Opinion.
Well, I don't take advice.
Everything I've said, you're like, no, Andy,
Yeah,
no. I'm like, fine. Well, I'm trying my best, buddy.
Yeah, because I don't take advice from cokeheads. That's why.
Hey, can I ask you something? How did your lawsuit go?
You're a cokehead, okay?
No, fucking not. Fuck out of
Yes,
here.
you are. Okay.
Fuck out of here.
You guys want to talk about drugs? Let's talk about drugs.
Yeah.
No, let's talk about drugs right now.
I told a few stories how I did that.
No, you did not do a few stories, Andy. Oh, Andy's lying now.
What are you talking?
Oh, Andy's freaking out. Andy's melting down.
And maybe I'll drop a bomb after
No,
Baked.
don't.
After Baked leaves. I have people DMing me some stuff too, so I know
Yeah.
some stuff about Baked.
In what quickly became a ridiculous circus of high adrenaline hysteria, Andy's not so subtle threats were soon escalated to talk of getting Baked Alaska's ass beat by messaging people with what he said. In response, Baked would recoil, talking up the value of friendship in fear of the consequences of Andy's little revelation. It didn't take long for the veil to be lifted and Ice Poseidon's name to be casually passed around like a trans kid at a gay bar.
I'd rather not get into the stuff with Andy.
How
I'd
come?
rather
Why?
talk
Why?
privately with him.
Why Baked? You don't want to reveal what you may be projecting right now? No, dude. You're dead to me. You are dead to me, and I'm gonna message a few people who are involved in this situation that you're projecting. That I'm gonna tell them what you said, and you're gonna get your fucking ass fucking beat.
Oh, I'm gonna get my ass beat.
You better watch the fuck out, Baked.
Oh wow, you
projecting faggot. You projecting faggot.
On record, you just said I'm gonna get my ass beat.
I would love to reveal what I know right now. You want me to say it? Oh, you want me to say
Andy,
it?
What happened?
Andy,
You know what?
I'm curious.
How about I tell your buddy, you know the
Chill.
one that streams with Ice Poseidon sometimes? I'm gonna message him. I'd love to throw him a little message and tell him what your shenanigans were up to. Maybe he'll back me up.
What are
You think he'll be happy?
What are my
You think he'll be happy? You think he'll be happy?
Andy,
Wait,
this
why
is.
are you bringing
Wait,
Ice
happy with that?
Poseidon into this?
No, not Ice Poseidon. Someone who.
No, you
made-
just said Ice Poseidon.
Yeah,
Why
I
are you
did.
fucking with Ice
Yeah,
Poseidon?
someone who streamed with Ice Poseidon in the past. You fuck.
We were literally friends a week ago. Why are you trying to?
You're lying about me when you called that person during that night and trying to blame it on me. You fuck.
Dude, you just called Andy a fucking cokehead backstabber.
You did that night at that. Okay,
Dude, all you've
I'm
been
gonna say
doing is
whose house
talking
it
shit
was.
about me on your
How
streams
about-
for the
how about I
last
say
36 hours.
Whose house it was, who you called to bring a certain thing over, and who was all doing that stuff.
The question as to why a supposedly sober Baked Alaska would have a coke dealer on speed dial was also asked, with no real response given. The remainder of the stream played out more or less as expected. In a move that surprised absolutely no one, Tonka Saw offered yet another of his pretend IRL fights, only for Baked Alaska to cower and ask for pictures first. Meanwhile, Baked later talked of Andy begging him to get coke before accusing Ralph of being an SJW for almost no reason whatsoever. Baked would then brag about his integral part in the movement's fight against Antifa, only to later admit to being a meth head by his own retarded standard. And to round up yet another outlandish day of internet blood sports, Andy's entire family were, rather predictably, doxxed live by Baked Alaska's Discord server.
Stop being coke, Andy.
You smoked meth, buddy. You smoked meth. What are you talking about?
I never smoked
Yes, you
meth.
did. You admitted it live. You
No,
said
I snorted meth.
Okay, you
okay, okay.
Okay, so you fucking meth head we're talking to right now.
One time.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
You're
right.
a fucking
buddy.
wreck, Baked. At least
Well,
Andy's
by your standards, once a
Just
meth,
a
always a
wreck.
meth.
Yeah, by your standard, you're a meth head now, Baked. Good job.
I outlasted Andy. I outlasted
is in
Ralph.
leaps and bounds better shape than you.
Everyone else
That's
lost
a
their
fact
cool.
of life, Baked.
I'm actually on the phone right
Pillsbury
now.
fuck.
I'm actually on the phone right now with my dad because my
Pillsbury
entire
fuck.
family was doxxed. So I'm in the middle of a call with my
That
dad.
sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Andy.
Do you advocate for that, there, Baked?
Well,
Yeah, I
your
do.
fans, because your fans did that thing.
Oh, you're really broken up about it.
My sister's phone number. All that stuff was doxxed. I have proof.
Nobody should.
I have proof, buddy.
Yeah,
I have
he's
been
broken
on
up about it.
I have
I
been
was
on the
trying to be
stream
the
the whole
nicest
time.
out of everyone, but whatever, man. It's fine. It's fine.
I've not done anything to you, Andy.
With the IBS community well and truly behind him, Baked Alaska could now refocus his efforts back towards prancing around Los Angeles for a $2 donation. And as one of CX Network's Tier 1 leeches, his exposure to the so-called King of IRL would at least go some way to lining his pockets. And it wasn't long before worlds would collide, with Baked Alaska dragging Ice Poseidon to a real-life leftist rally.
Alright. Holy shit.
Oh my god,
bro, let's fucking.
Yo, Antifa's coming. Go, 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 go! Fuck! We're not.
I'm just saying, like, why would we leave? Let's stop. Let's stay and talk to them.
He wants to befriend Antifa.
They won't talk.
Antifa's a bunch of buffoons and monkeys.
But mounting pressure from former fans would continue to follow Baked Alaska, who were unimpressed by his sudden shift away from saving the white race and naming that Jew. All of a sudden, he's frolicking around California chasing celebrity amongst the West Coast's most desperate marks, leaving thousands of followers feeling totally alienated and betrayed. Unfortunately for the bearded simpleton, his past would once again rear its ugly bloated head, with Mr. Metica once more showing up to ruin Baked Alaska's morning. After giving Ice Poseidon the lowdown on Baked Alaska's heated confrontation with Andy Warski regarding which big streamer was supplying cocaine to whom and where, a flustered Baked was brought in by Ice and his incompetent manager Scuffed Steve Jobs to address the entire drama live.
They get into this big argument about where they're going to buy cocaine, him and Andy Warski. And during the entire argument, your name gets dropped about 17 times by the both of them.
Why are they dropping my name? What were they saying?
Ice Poseidon, Ice Poseidon. Well, they kept dancing around the subject. Oh, it's a really big streamer. It's a really big streamer with people associated. We're buying this shit at his house. So Baked made it sound like he had phone records of a drug deal that took place where you are. So that's where that shit comes from. I mean, you can see it on the stream. It's all up there. But nobody, like, pulled your name out of thin air. It's because these two fucking retards decided to put your name out there and talk about their coke deals in public.
Why would they talk about that, though? That's what confuses me. Why would anyone want to bring that up and make themselves look stupid?
I never said you have coke in your place, and I'm not.
Baked, when you were arguing with Andy Warski on that morning show, you immediately jump in to Andy and say, you're a cokehead. Then you tell him you have records of drug deals you keep on your phone to prove it. And then when Andy gets angry back at you and says, well, yeah, where did you go to buy it? Implying that you were the one who hooked him up. You two idiots start to fucking drop Ice Poseidon's name like it's fucking candy at Christmas.
I'm just kind of pissed that he did coke in my bathroom when I wasn't even home. Like, how did he even get in my house?
Warski was with me. We were friends at the time.
There you go. There you go. That's good old Baked.
What do you mean? You didn't know he did coke?
I didn't know they were gonna do coke in your bathroom. No.
We
were there to meet up with Steve Jobs, and we were talking about management stuff. We were going to talk with Warski's manager. We were talking about getting strikes removed and stuff like that. I don't do coke. I'm very against that.
And although Baked had survived the initial grilling, Ice Poseidon's somewhat enthusiastic subreddit refused to let the man slide. Pages of posts highlighting Baked Alaska's checkered history of Nazi bra kike memes had Danino severely concerned for his already tarnished image. And having further investigated Baked Alaska courtesy of some far from complimentary articles linking him to the literal reanimation of Adolf Hitler, the decision was finally made. Baked was immediately ostracized from the CX network.
We'll talk to him about this. We'll see what he thinks about this, because I don't know much about Baked Alaska. I'm not into politics. Like, I don't fucking know, but we'll see what all this is about, dude. Wow. Okay, hold on. People really are fucking hating on him. So what's going on with Baked Alaska, dude? So there's this media. Is he a Nazi?
Not that I know of.
Like, I don't want to get attacked by the media for hanging out with him. You know what I mean?
Just ban him from the house.
So, alright, and I also don't want drama, dude. With the political drama is not what I want.
Political drama is the worst.
Because then, like, you know, YouTube, people who might work at YouTube will be like, oh yeah, fucking, fucking just ban Ice Poseidon because he's working with some Nazi. I think Baked Alaska is a nice guy too, but I mean, I'm not gonna hang out with him if it's gonna cause all this drama and controversy. Fuck that shit, you know what I mean? Well, I mean, it's just better not to have him on the stream, right?
Yeah. Every time he comes on stream, this shit happens, and of course you want him on stream.
Okay, so that's what it'll be then.
The next few months were amongst Baked Alaska's lowest. He once again relocated to America's most northern state, and even attempted to squeeze his lumpy torso back into his now ill-fitting MAGA costume. A few posts to Gab and a brand new song titled Trump is My President pretty much came and went, with fewer and fewer people paying attention to what they now saw as a shape-shifting hack with the integrity of a pedophile.
This is my president, this is my president, this is my president, Trump is my president.
In his anxious scramble for a new identity following the failure of MAGA 2.0, Baked Alaska would seemingly try anything. And it was Andrew Yang's $1,000 giveaway that had Baked's opportunist ears pricked, with the meme-killing wigger ready to cringe up yet another movement.
Yang gang, $1,000 got the same thing. Yang gang, my bitch got a wedding ring. Yang gang, $1,000 got the same thing. Yang gang, gonna go make baby.
As more time passed, the landscape surrounding Baked Alaska began to change. Internet blood sports was now considered old hat, whilst Tonka and Warski had each seen their entire worlds fall into meltdown following a series of really gay and really dumb shit I've absolutely no interest in elaborating on. Essentially, having waited for the final remnants of E-drama dust to settle, a bunch of IBS veterans led by Eating Ralph approached Baked Alaska, suggesting he take part in a light-hearted MMA bout with Andy Warski. This was seen as a final chance at salvation for the failed parody artist, who agreed subject to a list of demands.
I want to challenge Baked Alaska. Baked Alaska. Baked at VidCon. Same time around VidCon in July in LA. Baked Alaska. We messaged you. Come on, man. Well, let's do it, buddy.
So yeah, a lot of people are asking about the fight. So I'm down to fight. I told Warski I accept his offer. I'm down to fight. Andy or Ralph or whoever they want me to fight, I'm down.
Unfortunately, the long-awaited downfall of Andy Warski was at this point reaching its own ridiculous peak, and any prospect of a Baked Alaska redemption arc would have to stay the fuck back. But it was what followed that would leave those for some reason still paying attention to this tiring corner of the internet in a perpetual state of astonishment. And although it was generally accepted at this stage that Baked Alaska had no real allegiance to any particular movement or community, the sheer fucking audacity of his next move would leave those on Kiwi Farm suffering some sort of anaphylactic shock. Sporting a brand new bleached cut, Baked Alaska would address his tens of fans outlining how it's his responsibility to once and for all expose the alt-right from within.
A lot of people are talking about whether the shooter was left-wing or right-wing, and I just found that really strange because to me, all the signs are there that this guy is clearly a right-wing extremist. If you guys don't know, I recently left the alt-right, and I feel like it's my responsibility and duty to give a more honest take on the situation. This shooting was highly influenced by internet online meme culture. And I know, because I've been sucked into that same culture. Everything he does is the 101 playbook for right-wing extremists, and I know because I've hung around these guys in the past. He had the 14 words on his rifle. He put his manifesto on 8chan full of memes and edgy posting. And I know exactly what this is. I'm calling it out for what it is. This guy was a white supremacist, he was alt-right, he was a right-wing extremist, and he killed a ton of innocent people. I regret ever contributing anything to that culture, but I'm not going to pretend like this shooting is something that it wasn't.
The utter nerve of this man to use a mass shooting as the platform for his latest rebrand left those watching baffled as how unaware he truly is. After all, to choose this moment as his big opportunity for atonement only served to validate every suspicion critics have of Baked Alaska. The most striking element to Baked Alaska's final heel turn was just how transparent his motives were. In telling a story of a bad boy turned good, he was clearly on the prowl for some sort of mainstream acceptance and positive press. As it happened, nobody either believed him or gave enough of a shit to notice. His solution? Double down and offer himself up as some sort of cautionary tale for shitposting Zoomers.
As you guys know, I used to be part of the alt-right. I used to be part of these meme cultures. And I've decided to use my platform to let kids know that this is not okay. You don't want to be part of this culture. Like, I joined it thinking, oh, these are funny, edgy jokes. This is super hilarious. There's lots of trolling, you know. And I still love the memes. I love trolling. But this sort of trolling goes too far. Listen to my story. I was just a normal guy who liked memes, and I got radicalized. I got into this stuff,
and I ended up at Charlottesville, which was a terrible situation. What I am calling out is right-wing extremism because it's out of control. Look at these 8chan posts right now. There was just a shooting in a synagogue, which is absolutely unacceptable and horrendous. And you see all these people, all these right-wing people cheering on the shooter. The fact that right-wing people are calling to murder Jewish people on 8chan over the shooting is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. It needs to stop.
And finally, we arrive at Baked Alaska's current destination, one that in so many ways represents a fitting end to a pitiful career in e-celebrity. Ashton Birdie, another of your run-of-the-mill cleavage conservatives, saw in Baked Alaska an opportunity to freshen up her own dying brand of alt-right thottery. And by uniting forces, the pair could begin an entirely new saga of internet dramatics to once again extend their long-expired shelf.
They didn't. They broke up very soon after this was released. This is from July 2019, I guess. Yeah, they broke up like August 2019.
Life. The only obstacle? Ashton was a batshit insane person. Not only had she fucked her way clean through practically every big name of YouTube's right wing, she was clearly in need of immediate psychological intervention. And having seen romantic relations with Paul Joseph Watson dismantle into an obsessive emotional breakdown, Ashton was on the hunt for yet another susceptible influencer to wrap her pretty little legs around. Meanwhile, despite having been told by Ice Poseidon himself to eat a dick faggot, Baked Alaska's IRL dreams would see something of a revival. Hampton Brandon, a provocative knobhead formerly of CX Circles, offered Baked Alaska yet another chance at the spotlight courtesy of his network TTD.
Do a 360 flip right now, Baked. Do you want to be on the militia?
I gotta do 360 flip.
You have to be able to skate on this motherfucker.
I can skate, bro.
He's still on your board. He's still on your board.
Sorry. Sorry. My arm.
Baked Alaska would use his new platform to help explain the real reason behind his expulsion from Ice Poseidon's CX network. He would claim an iPad belonging to a 50-something valley girl named Corin.
Sorry. My arm.
Baked Alaska would use his new platform to help explain the real reason behind his expulsion from Ice Poseidon's CX network. He would claim an iPad belonging to a 50-something valley girl named Corin was stolen at Ice Poseidon's apartment, with former manager Scuff Steve Jobs the sticky-fingered culprit. Apparently, their lack of character was a red line for the former white nationalist.
Who are you working for?
Nah, I'm a free agent, man. Fuck SSJ. I'm
Why
a
do you
nobody.
say fuck SSJ? Who is that?
He used to be my manager.
No
He's
way.
a fucking snake, yeah.
What happened, bro?
He
Talk
stole.
more, say more, talk more.
Well, him and I stole Corinne's iPad. Made me lie about it and cover up for it.
Why would they steal Corinne's iPad? What did she
Because
have
they
on?
fucking steal everything. They're fucking pathological liars.
No way.
Yeah, dude.
You're fucking lying.
No, I'm not.
Dude, look at you smiling, bro. They don't steal shit.
Alright.
They did steal my shit. Tell me more about how he stole Corinne's iPad. What the fuck?
I mean, it's whatever.
Who is that, bro? They're
I just
dirtbags.
think that they have bad character. They're like not good people.
How would you know that they stole something though?
Because I saw it in front of my hands. I was at Ice's house. Like they
So you
literally
stop it?
took it and then.
The Taurus, are you clipping this?
I'm not trying to snitch or anything.
Is anyone clipping this?
I just don't think they're good people.
So you're someone who knows them personally and you don't think he's a good guy?
Yeah, he was my manager. And then when like people started attacking me, like he just ditched me, like that.
When they said you were a racist, Nazi.
Yeah, I know. All those.
What happened?
As for Ashton, her apparent devotion to Timothy Giornet resulted in her decision to leave politics, quit social media, and renew her totally genuine devotion to the almighty being himself. To reiterate, this girl is certifiably insane. But it appeared this sudden reaffirmation to all things trad-thought only masked a far more insidious reality. In a tweet sent by Baked Alaska's @YobaGang alt account, it was revealed that Ashton Whitty, the alt-right's token cool girl, had inevitably cheated on him. Former president of the Berkeley College Republicans, Troy Warden, would become the latest in a long line of men to cook the living shit out of Baked Alaska. Fortunately for Ashton, given the levels of depravity already sunk to by Baked Alaska during his brush with E-Celebrity, the prospect of his girl fucking other guys with impunity was hardly the worst thing he'd been subject to.
We're back together. That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to answer some difficult questions, and we're going to talk about what happened, which is like not easy for us. We are back together.
It's a complicated story.
It's a complicated story.
She lost misunderstandings and a lot of overreactions from both of us.
Yes, I would agree. Lots of overreaction from both of us.
What a psycho
bitch. A lot of
bitch.
miscommunication.
By the way.
And a lot of what?
Misunderstandings.
A lot of drama has happened. A lot of stuff between us, but like at the end of the day, you know, we want to be happy. We want to love each other. We want to be positive, and that's what we're gonna do. So, yeah, I overreacted. Ashton didn't actually cheat on me. She texted her ex.
Whoa, can I say this?
Let me say my part first.
Okay.
I caught her texting her ex.
Yeah, I don't matter.
It wasn't anything sexual or anything like that, but
flirtatious.
or it wasn't flirtatious, but she lied to me and hid it from me, and so I was really, really hurt by that, and so I considered that cheating, like emotionally.
Other than a slip up here and there, life for the young couple would continue largely drama-free. That is, if you ignore knife-wielding suicide threats by a girl who quite honestly should have been committed years ago.
What happened? What happened? Okay, go in there. Wait, Gilbert! What? Stop. My God, this is content. Oh my God, do not get me banned. Do not get me banned. Oh.
Do
not get me banned off D-Live.
Why? You just pulled out a knife. No, not cool. Every time I have a successful stream, you want to make it all about you.
You don't have a single cut on you.
What are you doing? You didn't cut yourself. You grabbed a knife for attention. Should I call the hospital?
No. No, do not call the...
Still Bake's house. He's had this for a long time. I wonder if he's always actually just been in Arizona. That's the same house that, you know, the party, and that was the same pool and outdoor area and shit. Huh. Got a couple minutes left of this, and then I'm going to take a break, and then we'll have protests, I think, tonight, guys.
Hospital.
You have a cut on your arm, dude.
Oh my God. Call the hospital.
Where are you going?
Call the hospital.
Should I?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's time for her to get a vacation.
For the same thing.
This is ridiculous.
Why is it ridiculous?
This is what happens when people have to call you crazy and toxic for over and over and over
What are you
again.
I'm talking to you.
How are you?
Yeah, hey. Tim, this was your good idea? Yes. Sorry, I'm just drinking some water because I'm having a little anxiety. Yeah, where are we?
Brandon, open.
Yikes!
And there we have it, the life and times of Baked Alaska. A man to whom fame means absolutely everything. Whether at the expense of his supposed ideological interests, his friends, his fans, or at times his dignity, this relentless pursuit of E-Celebrity would only continue to dictate his every move. Not that a content creator is in any way prohibited from natural growth, quite the contrary. It's perfectly normal for many YouTubers to be continuously developing their ideas in an effortless flow, and as gay as it sounds, taking their fans on a journey as they expand their understanding. But when these changes are forced, abrupt, and a direct result of bad faith motives, people tend to stand up and take note. Like it or not, to the viewer it seemed that Baked Alaska's drastic heel turns came only at times of stress or opportunity, and given his position as a political figure at a time of serious divisiveness, the effects of these sudden course corrections were severely amplified. As a result, his once dedicated following are objectively entitled to a legitimate feeling of betrayal. To them, Baked Alaska is a parasitic user, jumping from community to community in hopes of draining more of their unwavering attention and delicious super chats. The story of Baked Alaska should act as a cautionary tale to aspiring e-celebs everywhere. You are your following. Lose them at your peril.
Great job, Porcelain. Thanks, Randy. All right, man. What a ride. If you didn't catch the first half of the stream, we went through and listened to Baked Alaska's court appearance yesterday that he did not show up to, and there is still no charges stemming from Baked going into the Pelosi's office and using the phone or storming the castle, but in accordance with his December arrest for simple assault, a misdemeanor on a bar staff member that he maced, conditions of his bail and his arrest in that case was that without written permission he couldn't leave the state, and that he had to remain in accordance with Arizona law. So yesterday was a hearing to see if he had revoked his bail, and he did not show up. So there's now a bench warrant in the name of $25,000 on what was an initial $500 a simple assault charge. I think he had two of them. And then something or whatever, the processing. Basically, he turned $1,250 worth of charges into $25,000 by not showing up to his arraignment yesterday. So now Baked is wanted. Let's do a quick check before I bail. Did Baked get arrested? We'll see if he is currently arrested. Also, looks like there's some police activity in San Antonio. We might check that out before I bail. So, all right. God, Shagget, I forgot that he has a book. That's amazing. Dude, we uncovered so much. If you came in late to the stream, I don't really recommend rewatching the show, but this is a good one to restream, I think. This was a very good episode. Let's go to Twitter. NRA Chapter 11 bankruptcy will relocate to Texas. Yeah, let's see. His Twitter is still blocked. He didn't let me follow him. Yep, nothing updated yet. sounds like he is still free at this point. Man. All right, let's see what's going on in San Antonio, see if it's actually important. Look like a lot of cops. Look like... What the fuck? My Facebook got blocked? Wow. All right, hold on. Dude, I can't go to their Facebook without being logged in. Oh, it's a police Oh, wait, Northside police situation. Oh, hold on. This is fucking frustrating. Oh my God. Oh my God, just let me fucking enter the code. Oh, fuck you. Fucking shit, dicks. Oh my God. Oh, I got a ban on Facebook now. I don't care. Oh, okay. You can disagree with the decision, but then oh my God. Shut the fuck up, nigger. God damn. Jesus Christ. Bunch of fucking faggots. It's a standoff. All of this to fucking find out is a goddamn standoff. I hope every cop in this fucking situation gets shot. God damn! What a fucking waste of time. See you guys later. Fuck off.